Good morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Good morning. Good morning, KL. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Irene. Good morning, Fayaz. How you guys doing? Coffee Attack Master. Oh, wow. We got a lot of people here. Nice to see. Jags. Musa. What's up, guys? First things first, do we like the black charts or do we like the white charts? What do you guys think? Lately, I started off using exclusively dark charts, switched to white like last year in December, but lately I feel like going back. I've been swapping back and forth recently. What we got here? Base God, where you from? Struggling to stay awake. White. Got 2 white, 1 dark, 3 white, 3 and 2, 4 2, 4 3, 5 3, 5 4. Ooh, it's close. You guys are just as split as I am. How's this background music? Is it too loud? Is it good? So what we got, or what I want to do in the stream today, it's loud. Okay, let's turn it down. Let's make it like half. How's that? What up, Plit? How's the volume now, guys? Is that a lot better? So much better? Okay, perfect. All right. The agenda for the stream today is basically I want to go through all these Binance perp charts, and I might not have an updated watch list, but I should have the majority of them. And we're just going to quickly scan, highlight some that I find interesting on lower time frame and high time frame, map out some things, build a playlist, or excuse me, build a watch list. And then if you guys want to suggest anything, I'll look at those as well. Basically, have only been watching this watch list for the last month. I did a YouTube sort of request watch list, one of those things that I love to do where you guys suggest charts and I go through them. I did one in August sometime, I think. And that's been my only watch list ever since. I really have not been trading. I traded like the last 10 days of August. And I think I've taken honestly 7 trades in September and lost 5 of them just out of it carelessly. So we're going to do, my goal for the rest of the year is to be trading dominant and then just, accumulate spot where I find it to be opportune. But I want to be trading dominant, which I haven't been since Q1. We're gonna go with white today, just because I think it's better for streaming. I think it's more clear, so we're gonna go with white today. Let me read chat. Actually, I need to move chat over here so I can see while I'm on the charts. Okay. All right. Let's start with Bitcoin. I know that's on everyone's mind. I personally, guys, I haven't looked at Bitcoin in any specific detail since here. Oh, why is that white? Since about here. The last Bitcoin trade I took was off this low and closed really, really early. I closed here. I didn't get this last, I got this on spot, but I didn't get this on perps. And then I think I took one in here And that's really been it. I haven't touched Bitcoin since July, and we're in September. So pretty much this entire last quarter. But yeah, as you guys can see here, my bias is going to flip bullish if we're still trading in this range middle of October. And I think we're kind of front running that idea. And just a little bit in Discord, like, why are you going to flip after time has passed? Because I think time is really important for building value, and time is really important for building support. I think bears had a lot of time, and I've been really bearish right here. Bears have had a lot of time to really sink this lower, and we've just been holding, right? So to me, this seems like it wants to go up before down if we are going to get down. And if you just go to like last cycle, I don't know if this is it's not even a complete chart. I'm kind of looking at Bitcoin like this. I think we're just kind of in a trader's environment for over the next year. I really don't think we're going to get clearance over 30 for a while. And I think, you know, my leading thesis at the moment is the minute that we start trading up here, I mean, we're not stopping. I think we're going to like 50. That's just my opinion at the current time. Obviously can change any day, or not any day, but week or month. That's why I'm interested in trading once again. So let's get started. Is there anything you guys want me to look at? Can you maximize the screen? It's hard to see. Okay, hold on. Why is it like that, actually? Why is that background in the way? Oh, that's worse. That's worse. I think this is the best I can do, to be honest, which is really unfortunate. Edit layout. Is there any way to make this bigger? Nope, that's not it. INJ is definitely on the list to look at. It's one of the only charts, in my opinion, that, well, I can't say only because I haven't seen it in a while, but it's one of the best looking high time frame altcoin charts in the market. Man, I'm sorry, Larry, I think this is the best I can do. I'm not really good at streaming. You said it's hard to see. I mean, I'll just zoom into the charts, but that's really all I can do for now. All right, so let's start scanning. Loom and INJ. We're gonna go alphabetical. A lot of these coins are gonna be completely useless, and we'll just skip through them real quick. But let's go to the weekly. I'm pretty sure half the coins in this watch list are going to look just like this. Link, yeah, we're definitely going to get to Link, dude. Don't worry about it. Link is a hot topic. I'm sure we'll spend a few minutes talking about Link at the very least, especially after that tweet that I did that made the rounds all through CT, and I feel like everyone's properly psyoped, where legitimately I think more than half the people think this time is different, and the other people are like, well, you got to stick with the data. It's in a range. There's a catalyst. It's going to... or an event, naturally it's going to be sell the news or sell the hype or whatever, and I'll get to my opinions on that a little bit later. This is Luno. Yeah, we don't want this. If I scroll past one of these charts, guys, and it looks like shit and I don't say anything about it, but there's a catalyst or an event or something that I should know about, write it in chat and I'll go back to it. Because if there's a narrative or a catalyst or an event or something, it doesn't matter how bad a chart looks like this, it could get a 30% rally just off the base of that. So be sure to point that out, because I can't monitor everything. Okay, so yeah, Luna, I don't want to do anything with this. I'm going to put on the VWAPs. All right, Pepe. We'll start with Pepe because I like Pepe. All right, this is not the complete chart. This is the perp chart, but I want a little bit more price history. I think the Mexi chart has the most. All right. So my leading thesis with Pepe is I don't care if the devs sold or whatever the hell the FUD was. I still think this is going to be the strongest meme coin for next cycle. I'm still mad bullish on Pepe. I really like that it's starting to round out here. I know it's hard to see. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, this squiggle is literally what I think is going to happen. I think it's just a matter of time and this you can move wherever, but I think new all-time highs are coming. I think this is just going to be one big macro accumulation. It's really bullish if it starts deviating back inside this prior low, because this 4-hourly demand, hyper important, right? This is where we got our first correction to. This is where we found support at after the parabola, after the blow off top, right? So that's a very, very important level in the chart. That's around like 8. I'm not going to say all the zeros. We're going to call that 8 cents, right? Just for simplicity's sake. We don't need all of these. And you can see we are finding resistance right there at the current time. Let's pull in some EMAs. Great respect for the long H4s. Honestly, this looks like a prime candidate for a gap fill, especially because I think we're getting a little bit of these vibes, these risk on vibes right now. We've dealt with a lot of uncertainty. We've dealt with a lot of fear, and I wouldn't call it really fear. It's really like Mickey Mouse fear. Like, it's not real fear. It's just kind of like uncertainty, lethargy, people tired after a long year. But charts are starting to turn around. There's a famous saying that's like, don't short into a boring market. And this is what the market's been for the last month, is just kind of like boring. Downside momentum has waned. You're starting to get upside moves. So Pepe, I'm going to put back on the watch list. We're going to do orange. This is a classic gap fill play, right, guys? So a lot of people always ask me, how to treat gap fills, and there's no rocket science behind this. It's just, you have an SR, right? You have an SR, you have a high time frame moving average. This one, the top one up here, is the H4, the 4-hour 200 EMA. This one is the daily 100 EMA, right? Big gap. And what you want to see is a gap between the EMAs and a gap of inefficient price action. You don't want this to be really grindy, a big range. You really just want this to be super inefficient, because inefficient down can lead to inefficient up. And that's how you get those crazy plays that just rip, especially in risk on times, right? So SR here, we all know the importance of 8 that I pointed out. Here's a little bit of supply, right? So obviously that would be like a TP1 pullback, TP2. And then we can use some lower time frame stuff to guide us along that journey. What I like to use, the 4-hour EMAs, right? So right here, this is almost the perfect, this move right here at 5 a.m. this morning, California time, would have been an excellent long, because you're flipping that SR, you're flipping the H4 200 EMA, you're holding onto this local trend of the H4 local trends, right? So you have 3 things going for your invalidation. Is super easy. This would have been a super punt, a great punt in retrospect, right? We're just hindsight LARPing here, but this is a big, big key that I like for my system, right? So that's like an A+ play. I think we get continuation, especially we start getting acceptance above here. The next play I'd be looking for, would be these move up. Maybe Pepe does something like this, comes back down. This whole area right here is demand now. The next tag of the H4 should be defended, and we play it to the upside again. So that's Pepe. Let me read chat real quick, because I went on for a while. Born, what's up, Born? LDO will send harder. We're discussing the other day. Yeah. We're going to get to LDO. There's so many coins, guys. I promise you I'm not going to go through every single one. I'm just going to skip through them. 20 by next week on Link. I don't know about that, but I'm honestly open to the idea of $10 Link. Should I just skip around? I know people probably not going to have the patience. The idea was I should go through all of these. Obviously not going to spend as much time as I do on Pepe on every single one. But the idea was to go through all of them. Does the mass sentiment for bullish Bitcoin not make you think we reject? So sentiment is a funny thing, because we're all in our own echo bubbles. I have my own Discord where, I share thoughts and other traders share thoughts, and no one in there is hyper bullish. Not a single person. I think maybe we have like 2 bulls, but generally everyone's lethargic. No one's really excited for upside. I think a lot of people are on the same page as me, is like, yearly top is in, and it's just going to be a trader's environment. So I don't know if there's mass sentiment for bullish Bitcoin. I don't know if there's that. Maybe that's in some subsections of people, but not from what I've seen. Hi, Bart. I'll be super bullish on it if they completely sell all their bags. Wild, oh yeah, not Wild. WorldCoin, Master. I'll get into that, of course. I think World is priming for a short. I'm a little bit upset I didn't take it last night, to be honest. Doc, your link post was perfect sentiment gauge. Yeah, I mean, I think it was really interesting because I think I've effectively psyoped all of CT with that one post, because now half the people are like, oh, now that everyone's aware of this, it won't happen. The other half are going to say this time's different. Another subsection are going to be like, yeah, this is clearly range highs. There's a sell the news on the horizon. So yeah, definitely a lot of psyops there. Some seasonal bullishness for a higher low. On Bitcoin, Born. Let's move on. We did Pepe. Oh my god, it's gonna be bold. This was a nice short for me on Shibarium Sell the News, especially running this down 2 or 3 more times afterwards. Which was probably not something I'm gonna care about. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you want to buy SHIB for a catch-up play, a laggard play, I'm sure you can get something out of this, but not something I'm interested in. Back to the weeklies. XEC. I feel like I've seen this ticker going around across the board. Yeah, Born, I agree. We've been, like I said at the top of the show, like we've been really lethargic for a long time. Bears had a really strong opportunity to continue momentum to the downside because everything was like in their favor. So yeah, definitely think that we're probably going to drift up more than people expect now, and wouldn't be surprised to see some higher prices. But what's really bullish, and I didn't go over any of this, but in my opinion, this ETH BTC reclaim, I'm looking at this like a clear reclaim. This is not, these are really old levels, but yeah. Here's a breaker, right? Here's a reclaim of lows. Like, honestly, I think altcoins are going to get, I'm not calling it alt season, but more risk on, less Bitcoin dominant. I think some alts have just been hammered so hard that they'll be able to do their own thing for a little bit, like INJ, LDO, etc. Moving on, XEC, piece of shit, 1 inch. Another thing to keep in mind is I mentioned gap fills. Guys, I think this will all be recorded, so you'll be able to go back and rewatch what I said about gap fills. I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but you'll see a lot of these opportunities. Typically, one of the things you see in markets is when coins are just dying and going down only, all these EMAs are moving with them. The slower ones are the dailies, the quicker ones are the 4 hours, right? Eventually you get some sideways, you flip the 4 hours, and there's just all this inefficient price action. And some coins can make these crazy gap fill plays, these crazy short squeezes, short covering rallies, because there's hyper liquid, right? So keep an eye on that. Aave, this will probably be one to watch. Guys, if I throw things in log, it's not because I'm using it, it's just simplicity to see some more price action quicker than doing a lot of that. I mean, here's your like meme line, right? Definitely one to watch. Let's see. Are we locally bullish? Is there any trend? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that would have been clean. Man, we're going to do a lot of hindsight LARPing here. Are we in a trend right now? This could be a quick scalp short. I'm going to put an alert here. That'll probably be a good opportunity to short. First test, best test, as they say. Probably don't want to long anymore, but yeah, it's showing strength, I think, against the market. Let's see, what is this up from September 20? The last week, 13%. I mean, Maker's probably outpaced that. So if you're looking for like a D5 play to the upside, it's probably still going to be Maker. But yeah, we're going to watch that. And then boom. Cardano. I don't think this anything here. I don't even know when the last time I charted Cardano was. It's been... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Probably bottomed, right? Cardano's probably bottomed. What you would really like to see is like a deviate. Well, could you count this? Probably not, because that was a wick. The Pepe schematic is really way more bullish for a deviation. A lot of time spent underneath, then reclaiming. Much more bullish than just a wick, in my opinion. Something like this, probably get back into Cardano, flip the daily 100, daily 200, back to 40. Algo. Oh my god, so many charts are gonna look like these. All right, let's start doing some. Let's do some requests, because you guys are going to be more in tune with charts. This, now that I think about it, this is going to end up being like a 4-hour stream if I if I do it this way. Someone mentioned LDO, WorldCoin, INJ. The thing that I want to say again, just guys, watch out for those gap fill plays, because these are prime candidates, right? Something like this. I guarantee you this is going to be hugged. Yeah. And then gap up here, inefficient price action, right? So I'm basically giving away right here one of my bread and butter plays. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I got this play for free too. Pierre Crypto teaches this. Den Toshi teaches this. So it's not really some secret alpha. You just want to see local 4-hour trends, carrying it upwards, reclaim of long H4s, 100, 200, gap fill towards daily 100. The reason I'm repeating this is just so people ask me all the time in DMs, Discord, all the time about this. So we're just going to do it now, and I'm going to point everyone towards this stream in the future. All right. Toby, let's do LDO. You know what's funny? I think I've been charting this over here, so let's go. Let's swap it up. So fucking clean, man. I didn't catch any of this, but I actually tweeted it out. I was like, if you're looking for that ETH play, LDO is going to be the beta that you want, and it just kind of did the whole thing in one move. If I remember correctly, it's just hugging the 1-hour trends. Look how beautiful this is, man. Every time I see something hugging a 1-hour trend, I'm just like, why am I not trading this? Excellent stuff here. Where's the daily 100? Yeah. So what's going to happen here for LDO, in my opinion? Probably, you know, first test, maybe rejection. Probably takes out this high. There's your range high. Going to have probably some distribution up here into a correction. But what I want to see to get involved in the long side is a sharp rejection. Like, those are much more fun to bid than like a sharp correction into the 4-hour trend, right? Boom, all the way down here, back into demand, back into this SR, back into mid-range, confluent with the H4 trend. That's going to be a place where you bid for the next leg, potential continuation. I'm probably not going to chase this anymore at this point from where it is, but look at this fucking monster move, dude. If you trade ranges, let's pull up some VWAPs too. Probably going to be like bearishly testing the yearly. No, reclaim the yearly. Reclaimed, yeah. In my opinion, it's going to be tough for LDO, especially on the first move, to do any more damage than like here. Like, this generalized area is probably the worst you're going to get. If you want to continue playing this to the upside here, you're going to have to do it on lower time frames. Hourly trend, like I said, do not fade a trend. But just something to be aware of. Range highs coming, daily 100s coming. Link. Should we do Link now, since that's probably the hottest topic? Link is one of the few trades that I've taken recently, and it was after the post that I made. I longed demand plus 4-hour. This is, you guys will see that I just kind of take very simple trades again and again and again. Boom. This is the long that I took. Here's point of breakdown, right? So key point on the chart. It's where structure definitively broke down, right? So I always mark points of breakdown. Here was demand, right? This was the demand that led to the latest high. Demand block right here led to this high, pulled back, H4 confluence, point of breakdown confluence, H4 trend confluence. That was my long trigger. Taking out this high was my take profit. If you guys are in the clinic, you saw me taking this 2 days ago and taking profits yesterday. Same idea here, same exact continuation. There's your swing high. Here's your next target for liquidity. There's your latest demand block. H4 trend catching up. Ideally, I would have liked this to have more clearance. The fact that there's not so much clearance above the last high kind of sucks, but no big deal. You stick with the system, right? So the next tag of in here into demand, this band catches up. There's your long trigger. Here's your invalidation. There's your target. That's probably going to be another 3-4 hour trade. And it's just simple. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. That's a 2-hour trade. But hopefully you can get a stronger pullback, right? The basic idea... I lost my screen. The basic idea is to continue... I forgot what Mercury said, but I had Mercury on the stream, and he has a funny like acronym. Basically, which, you know, he gets asked because he's a trend trader too, which EMA to respect. And he's always... I don't forget what he said, but you can go back in the stream. Maybe I'll go back in the stream and figure it out. But it's... Man, it's such a funny phrase now. I really wish I could remember. But basically whatever the chart's respecting. We just saw LDO respecting the 1 hour, Link, the 4 hour, so on. No rocket science there. I really don't have much else to say on Link from a trading perspective. I know everyone's probably wondering what my thoughts are on this, so let's talk about this. Actually, all I want to do is get rid of that. Okay, so actually, let's go back to the light charts. Sorry if I'm burning someone's eyeballs by switching back and forth. Just know that I'm doing the same thing to myself at the moment. Interesting. All right. So one of the most important things that Link did is finally lose range low and reclaim it. I think Trader Main is the only guy that I follow that actually took the trade, like the most simple trade of deviation, reclaim, retest. Folis has a word for this also. It's like the Erdry or something. Range, deviation, retest, expansion, something like that. So it's literally doing that perfect schematic here. For me, honestly, I think on this rally, like if I have to guess, just because there's so much eyes, so much psyop on Link, my honest to God thoughts are that we're going to take out these highs this time. These triple equal highs, 968. I see no reason why Link stops shy of that. And in fact, this is where you trap people, is where people finally think that this range is breaking. And this is where you get distribution. And drop back inside. One coin that I saw play out just like this earlier this year was FXS. This was the exact kind of schematic. This is what I'm expecting from Link at this point, to be honest, just because I think, honestly, I think so many people are going to try to short Link this time around just because now it's hyper aware. Everyone, like, we're all on the same page. I even pointed out that like Link loves to dump, or no, excuse me, the market loves to dump every time Link pushes to that price. But one thing I didn't point out, and you guys are gonna have to take my word for this or do this on your own. It's not until, let's get rid of this. It's not until we deviate back inside 8 on the daily No, that's not it. I don't know what, I think I use this one. Yeah. Okay. So if you look really carefully on Bitcoin, it wasn't just, oh, every time Link goes up here, the market dumps. It's basically Link is really late on the risk curve. It's a Dino coin. It pumps really late. So basically, once it's done deviating back inside here, that's really, these moves right here are those broad market dumps, right? So it's not like Link is leading the market or it's it's an indicator that you guys should be using. Just wanted to clear up any confusion there for anyone who thought that I was using it that way. It's just kind of a coincidence or whatever that at the end of market rallies, Link or Boomer coins or irrelevant coins tend to get pumps. And really what you want to look for, and what I would be looking for if I'm going to short this, is a move under $8. Secondarily, the way that I would short this is if it went over 960, you know, put in distribution, maybe broke structure like this, and then deviated back inside 960. This would be the short that I'm interested in. This one right here. This one, or secondarily this one, right? Something like this. These are the two areas that I'm looking for swing shorts on Link. It's not going to be blindly, oh, there's a conference and whatever. This and that. I'm going to short when Sergey speaks. I was in a spaces last night and someone's like, oh, I know Doc is just going to hammer the short the minute that Sergey gets on stage. No, I don't trade like that. If I see momentum waning, a break in structure, a loss of trend, a distribution above a level, a drop back inside, that's when I get interested in trend reversal trades. I'm not blindly trying to pick tops and bottoms. Anyone have any other questions on Link? That's kind of what I wanted to say at the time. My thoughts on the high time frame chart, and I gave you guys some thoughts on the lower time frame. I don't trade anything under the hourly anymore. I really just stick to the hourly, 4 hour and higher. I'm not really interested in trading intradays, 5-minute charts, 1-minute charts. I don't scalp. Let's go back. All right, we have a lot of requests. We did LDO, we did Link, Loom, AROP, FXS has some RWA catalysts. What's RWA? You have to remember, I am a redact. I don't know what RWA is. Render. Yeah, we'll do render. BCH. BCH I haven't looked into. Is it ripping again? INJ. Yeah. All right. So let's start. Let's go to the top. Loom. Dude, Fayaz has been asking me about Loom every day in the Discord. Fayaz, I thought Nick and Zed helped you out with this one. I mean, is this the full price history? DXY, what's up, Bag? DXY is on my never touch list after last year. 2022 is the last time I looked at DXY. But we will look at DXY. What is Loom? What is this chart? It's been around forever. It's been around since the bull market. What do I say about something like this? All right, first of all, coins like this that are basically dead and have these gigapumps, these are not what coins that I trade. I don't think this is a cartel coin. I would have to look it up. Do I even have OI in here? Does Loom have perps? Loom doesn't have Binance perps. I would have to look it up, man. I don't know what's going on with this coin. I don't know if it's just a squeeze, if there's a fundamental behind this. If we're just looking at price action. So okay, anytime I see coins like this, all it just reminds me of is like TRB and stuff, right? It's like, it's trending, everyone wants to short it, and it has these nukes, and then it just comes back to life, right? I absolutely do not have an edge trading a coin like this. And I just pretty much stay away from them. I don't trade any of the cartel coins because I know, at least I have the experience or the discipline to know where my skill set lies and where it doesn't, and I feel like I'm under informed. I feel like I'm an underinformed market participant in a coin like this. Like my system would say, here's a range, right? Run of the highs, get back inside, short to the lows. These kind of plays do not work on coins that do like this, right? It'll just go, it'll do this, it'll wick you, and it'll just sit here and it'll just rip straight up for another leg, right? So what I like to call is these are just retail traps, right? These are people like myself who just trade price action EMA, simple strategies, simple systems. They get screwed on coins like this because it does not, they do not respect those for the most part. This would be very hard for me to navigate as a trader. And let's just see if there's anything clean going on. All right, there's your cleanliness. This is the cleanest thing on the Loom chart. This would be the only alpha that I would be able to give you on this. From my perspective, is if you haven't taken any profits, if you're in this for a while, you want to sell into big moves up. You want to sell into these moves. And then you probably think it's over when the trend that's been carrying the coin dies, right? So when you start losing these trends, and we'll go to world or wild or whatever. How do you world coin? I keep saying wild because there was a coin called wild last bull market. Right. So this is the same thing. 4-hour trend carrying it. You finally losing the 4-hour trend, confluent with the prior high. Let's clean up some of this stuff. Right. This is where I get interested in the shorts. This candle for me last night or yesterday was my like idea of like, oh, okay, this is the first time I've seen it do this where we're closing underneath the 4-hour trend. And basically what I'm looking for is just deviation. Start trading and reaccepting inside this range. This is like a short back into here, right? So that's quick. I'll come back to this chart, but I'm just using this as an example. We'll go back to Loom. But yeah, like if you're bullish on this, keep defending the 4-hour. I have not much else to say on Loom, to be honest. AROP. Are these coins that you guys are mentioning, AR and stuff, do they have relative strength, or are they just like your bags, right? You guys just want me to comment on your bags and they look like this. I already gave you my thoughts on what I think of coins like this. Once again, I've said it like 4 times this stream, but it's the same thing. If coins are just bleeding, the 4-hour trends are gonna, hug them more closely. The daily trends are gonna be far away. If you start rounding out or flattening out, eventually you're gonna flip the 4-hour trends, and that opens you up towards a gap fill, short squeeze, short covering rally, whatever you want to say, momentum rally. But dead coins or coins that look like this, I'm really just not interested in. Right, so this is one of those right here. Rounding out, flattening out. There's an opportunity to play up here as long as it starts trending on lower time frames, and not just chopping out. Look, this is a 4-hour chart, and it looks hyper liquid. Like 4-hour charts should not look like this. I don't need to look at volume. I don't need to look at open interest. This is completely irrelevant, and may just randomly put in a candle one day that just does this, right? Then I could come at it from a trader's perspective, but I really don't have much to say on a coin like AR, so we're just gonna leave it there. OP, okay. Let me catch up with chat, and then we'll go do some stuff. Render BCH on long. IRDRI, yeah, that's what that's Follis's thing, right? Simple range reclaim. I forget what all these things are called. What's the I? What's the I in Erdry? INJ real world asset. Okay, cool. Thanks, Born. DXY gave his inputs. Getting U.S. Treasury yields in crypto. In this case, like Maker. Oh, cool. That's actually very interesting. Loom play is anticipation of Nance Perp listing. Oh, okay. All right. So Nance Perp would be like the sell the news on this one. Okay. So there's your alpha there, Fayaz. I think Bit I think has been trading a lot of these coins where they're giga pumping and then they're just down only on the Nance listing. So pay attention to that. If you get an announcement for Nance listing, and you know it's just doing this, and they announce, hey, Nance is going to do that, and there's a big rally like this, sell that rally and don't be like, oh, I'm going to wait for Nance listings, because pretty much it'll probably just start bleeding all the way back down to zero after that occurs, if that's what's driving price. iBit perps listed last week. Yo, Doc, I'm finally here for a live stream. What's up, Caffeinated? I know that's you. Ape is down only, Sosa. I don't know what to say about Ape. That thing has just bled and gone down only the entire year. Unless Yuga or something has something coming up, I don't really want to trade Ape. Yeah, I'll do BCH, Base God. Just want to master 5 charts. I do spot only, sitting on 500 USDT profit on Loom. Want to exit, and that's why I'm asking many times. Thank you for your view. Hey man, if you made a good amount of money, like $500 US, or is a good amount of money for you, take your profits, dude. Don't get greedy and don't keep looking for upside. Like the scenarios here are either you give back a good amount of profit that you're happy with, or it continues upwards and you start beating yourself that, oh, I could have made more. And that's natural for all traders to do. But in my opinion, if you had the skill set that allowed you to make $500 in the first place, you can just repeat and learn from that skill set to continue making $500 on many other trades. So don't fall in love with one coin. Don't fall in love with one trade. Not financial advice, of course. Impulse. Oh yeah, impulse. That's the I. Gotcha. Impulse, range, deviation, reclaim, impulse. Yeah. Shout out Follis. Hopefully I can get Follis on the channel one day, because I'd love to talk to him, man. He's cool, man. I've seen one of his streams, laid back, good trader. It's always fun to see someone work live, right? And I think, you know, he's done something very special. And I don't know if he anticipated doing this, but I guarantee you, if I asked him, he would admit that live streaming made him a better trader, because he's just adding more and more pressure to himself. He's just weight training, you know, to use the metaphor from like Dragon Ball Z, to like the, you know, training in the hyperbolic time chamber under gravity, or training in one of the time capsules like under gravity, and then removing yourself from that environment and being able to handle more stress, more anxiety, more pressure. I guarantee you that, you know, his live streaming, even though I think he does small accounts on live stream, I don't think he's using his main account. But even then, you know, taking trades live is a pressure inducing situation. Ask anyone. Like, I'm not taking trades on live stream, but I post my trades in the clinic all the time. And posting your trades live opens you up to being wrong. And that can affect your bias in a trade a lot. That can make you nervous a lot in the trade. And it sounds silly because we're all here to make money, but there is a certain like live performance aspect that I think can get in people's minds. And that's really why I started trading on Twitter in the first place. Like, sharing my trades in Twitter is like, I just want to put it out there, and I want to open myself up to being wrong. And I don't want that to, you know, I want to learn from that. I don't want to hide from my mistakes, because you can easily lie to yourself. You can do this thing where you can protect your ego, and say it wasn't that bad, I'll do better, whatever. But really putting it out there and really putting everything in public, you can't hide from that. You can't lie to yourself. You know, you can only grow from it. So yeah, that's a little bit of a, got sidetracked there. All right, let's do INJ. This stream is not going how I intended, but I'm having fun. It's okay. I'll run through all the charts like I wanted. When was the last time this is not the chart that I use. Okay, that's more like it. Boom. We were talking about this yesterday. Clean. I see no reason why INJ doesn't continue to 818. Let's see what is driving this hourly. Boom. All right. So one thing that I love, not love, but one thing that I've learned from trading is anytime you get a big impulsive move like this, you genuinely do not want to see it fully retrace. To me, that's a lack of strength. You like, if this is our impulse candle, right? All this coiling, all this ranging. Here's your impulse. There's your move. I genuinely speaking do not want this to retrace all the way here. I'd rather see this range here and for the trends to catch up. that would be more bullish for me. I'd rather bid this higher than lower. And that sounds counterintuitive to a lot of people I know. So how would I want to get into this? Hourly demand. You guys, this is not rocket science, right? This is just literally how I trade trends. Hourly demand, mid-range, prior resistance, hourly trend, right? If there is a wick into this, right, I want to bid. My invalidation is losing that mid-range, right? My high side target is going to be all the way up here. I'm just going to ride that same trend all the way to 818.5. But like I said, I would rather this not come all the way down here. I'd rather it not test demand. Because why? Why would it need to retest this after so long? Like, I'm not saying it can't. I'm not saying it can't do this, right? And then continue. Of course it could. I would just rather, from a strength perspective, see it continue to move like this and these catch up. I'd rather, and the idea of that is forcing participants to chase price, because there are people so willing to bid pullbacks, right? So every pullback getting eaten does not allow a coin to pull back enough. And that's really what strength is, right? You're just bidding it up. So that's INJ. I'm going to put this on, where are we? Orange, perfect. And set some alerts. I honestly don't think it's coming down here. If I had to bet with you guys, I honestly don't think it's going to retrace to here, unless it's just like a wick, or unless like ETH has to dump the bed, because I saw a lot of longs opening up on ETH, and if there's like a weekend washout tomorrow before futures open, something like that, and it tags this, great, that's your bidding opportunity. But more likely this just drifts up, and then you get that washout, and INJ does this, right? That's more likely. So we're gonna leave it like that. Let me just set one more alert. Well, no, I already got that level. Okay, we're good. Bag your short ETH. Yeah, did you see all the longs opening up? Yeah, I saw that this morning, and I was like, what are they doing on Saturday, man? Okay, I missed some. We're doing OP, BCH, FXS. You said has real world catalysts. Let's do OP. Actually, let's do OP first. Man, all my charts look ancient. I don't know when the last time I traded OP was up here. Simple levels. Excuse me. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Maybe not. Okay, so this is kind of like what we just saw on INJ, right? This is just a funny thing I like to say is like, you break, I defend. This is a lot of coiling. I don't want to take a position in here because it's hard for me to define my invalidation as a price action trader. Where do I place a stop? Where am I invalidated? It's going to be like all the way down here, right? I don't want to trade like that. That's a really poor risk profile for me. So what I'd rather do is allow OP to make the move even into this supply, right? Even as junky as that looks, and bid the pullback for the next leg. And I'd just like to capitalize this. That's how I would trade OP, is like, say, here's our liquidity, right? This looks good. So we are going to put an alert up here. Just put it right above that wick as well. And then let's look at some lower time frame. Nice. In my opinion, this is not going to break out on this weekend. More likely it comes all the way down and does more, right? More like this. And if it does come down, that's another opportunity to play off of the H4 trend. So let's put here, let's put that here. I'd rather bid OP higher or lower, just to summarize my opinions on OP. I mean, like I said, there's going to be a lot of hindsight LARPing in this stream just because I'm not in tune with markets. All I can do is tell you what I would have done had I been hyper focused on all these charts. Very clean, right? Very clean SR, very clean demand level, H4 100, local H4 trends, right? Really, really clean long. We saw another coin, right? We saw another, oh, it was Pepe. It was Pepe that I was talking about that had a really nice move off of like 5 a.m. this morning. I think a lot of coins had this move, right? 5 a.m. this morning. Really nice move here. Like I said, OP, bid higher or lower. Render BCH. Okay, I promise we're getting to BCH, bro. Yes, right in supply to horny people. Hex, please. Dude, Born, fuck off. Good morning, Zed. All right, let's do... Okay, so Render is one of the very few coins that I've been watching over the past... Where are all my... Okay, there we go. Render is one of the very few coins that I've been watching this past month because I think on high time frame it's very clean. Honestly, I don't think this is bullish. This was my leading thesis since forever, really. I bought spot down here at 138. Obviously, I didn't get the best entry, and my idea was just to play it for a dead cat bounce back into the daily trends. And I did exactly that. I took a spot play from 138 to 165. 165 is where I got out fully. And in my opinion, Render's not one of the coins that you're looking for trading to the upside. That would be INJ, right? That would be. Oh, and I didn't look. One thing I wanted to point out on INJ is that we haven't broken this like super high time frame. Where do I have it? Right, this super high time frame trend, we haven't lost this yet the entire year. And that's something to be aware of, right? We still have not lost the super giga high time frame trend. And to add to that, these highs are unswept equal highs. I already had that marked out. Boom. So there's a very, very high chance that like, since this hasn't lost high time frame trend, since it's reclaiming local trends, since it's in bullish market structure on lower time frames, and my high side target was like 818, I think is what I said earlier. It could genuinely get continuation from there all the way back up into 9, especially if we think that the market will be a little risk on for the next few weeks, which I do think it will be. We're getting a lot of early signs of that, and I'm a little sad I wasn't positioned a little bit earlier, but yeah, that's one thing I want to say. I got sidetracked. What was I looking at just now? I completely forgot. Render, right? Okay, so yeah, this is the coin that I do not want to trade to the upside. I'm more interested in the short side on this coin. You've lost everything on this coin pretty much, and I think at best the most bullish case, you're just ranging here, and genuinely speaking, the upside on Render is not as exciting for me as other coins. This is actually a coin that'd be more interested in shorting if the market looks shortable, if we get into certain highs and Render just gets carried with the market back upwards. This is a coin that I'd rather short back down, either here or a deviation of 172, reclaiming 172. And I've tweeted this out many times. If this starts getting reaccepted, then you're opening up longs back into range high $2 and above. But in this zone, I would just continue playing it using price action liquidity, not so much trend. I don't think this is a trending market. If anything, it's a downtrending market. If anything, it's going to range here and potentially break down, maybe reclaim and then send. That's my high time frame thesis on Render, and it's traded very cleanly on high time frames. The reason that I speculated that this level right here would be a significant bottom, and I tweeted it, I don't even know where I tweeted it, somewhere in here, and I was looking for that, and I was pretty happy with the trade that I got, is because where is it? It's 3 day. Yeah. No, I think it was the daily that I used was even cleaner. But anyways, basically the idea is this was the demand, this was the consolidation that led you to the move towards all-time highs, right? So needs to be respected, especially the first time you get to that level. This is akin, I think we'll go back to it later, but like LDO had the same idea here. A lot of people were looking for range lows on LDO, and it had a similar idea where there was demand that led to the all-time high breakout. So that demand needs to be respected, especially the first time on the way down. And then this was the nice and easy spot play towards 165, rejection, come back down. This to me is not very interesting from a trend perspective, from a strength perspective, unless Render has a catalyst or a narrative or reclaims 172. I'm not interested in the long side. Pulse chain, future of DeFi, GMX. I haven't looked at GMX in a while. Okay, BCH. I've gotten distracted on BCH like 50 times. Let's do BCH. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That looks clean. I would be surprised in this rally if BCH made new all-time highs. What is this reminding me of? This is reminding me of something earlier this year that was giga strong. Is it CFX? This is reminding me of? Traded CFX kind of the same way. I think it's not CFX. It was CFX. Okay. It was CFX. It was CFX that like just had an extreme burge, and I thought it was over, and it just put in new highs. BCH has that capability. I mean, this is super clean. And as we've learned from BCH along this rally, it's not a coin that you want to fade. If it catches steam, you want to run with it. One thing I would give you guys a little bit of alpha for the, let's see how many people are watching. Can't even see. 27 people. All right, that's not a lot of people. Trust you guys. Anytime there's a coin that Hasaka or APG loves to trade to the upside, watch their euphoria, because that's usually where it tops. Hasaka's like second or third tweet has genuinely been a good rule for taking profit or looking for shorts. What Hasaka loves to do is like mock everyone and be like, you're fading the coin that you should not be fading because it's giga strong, and I'm long it because you hate it. And this has been like ETC, Ethereum Classic last year was the Hasaka coin. It was kind of the same thing. It's like when he boasts about how he was right and you're stupid, usually the second or third time he boasts about it is the top. And this happened for BCH as well. So if he gets back on this coin, that's just a fun little thing. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but I have a pretty strong data set to back that up. So just something to be aware of. The same things I'm going to look on BCH. Let's see. You guys know my system now. You can replicate it on your own. But let's give it a look-see. Oh yeah, that's down there. Let's check the VWAP structuring. Okay. Pretty important quarterly resistance. Okay. All right. The perfect entries on this coin have been missed, right? So I would say you have to play this on much lower time frames. And I personally, because I don't trade BCH, I don't trade a lot of these coins, I'm not looking for crazy targets on this one. And I know it's probably going to, blow me out of the water and do something epic, but I would play this on lower time frames and just look for liquidity. because it is respecting. It is respecting those plays. This seems like a busted ass trend here. This looks kind of ugly on like first glance on lower time frame on the 4 hour. Genuinely speaking, on BCH, this is just my high time frame invalidation. You just don't want to see BCH trade under here. What I would do right here is honestly just defend 131. If it comes down there one more time, this is where I'd be looking for longs, right? And then just taking targets to liquidity and higher. Honestly, I don't see anything in my system that's so clean and beautiful on lower time frames to trade off of. I know there's a 4 hour trend here, but like still, I think you can get a tag down here at 231. That's where I would be more interested in BCH, and that might have already happened, right? You might be thinking, oh, that was already the move, right? We already got that retest of 131. This is a clear trend structuring back upwards, and you may be right. So if that's the way you're going to take the trade and position off of this, it's kind of the same thing. You're just getting a harder, you're getting a worse RR from an invalidation perspective. So what I would do on BCH is just kind of be patient. I think there's better plays out there than this specific entry. I don't like to enter so far away from where I would consider myself invalidated on a chart. This is too much drawdown for me to eat. So I would, what I'm going to do is set an alert here and see how I feel about it when it comes back down to 231. That's really all I have to say about BCH. As you can see, this is not one that's super clean for me, right? This is why I don't trade these ones. They're not clean for my system. So that's why you never see me trading this stuff. And that's why you see me struggling finding plans for this. But after a little bit of work, a little bit of research, that's pretty much how I'd say is just, you don't want to see BCH trading back below here. As long as you're above there, whatever you use in your system that allow you to define risk is probably acceptable. That's just the high time frame invalidation on BCH. Probably trades a lot higher, to be honest. This was an extreme leader of the market during the Bitcoin ETF narrative back in June. A lot of people got outperformed by BCH. There's no reason it cannot do something phenomenal again. There's no reason that we can't be looking at this as one large range and trade back towards the highs. All right, we had quarterly VWAP resistance here. There's your mid range. Here's your reclaim. It's above high time frame EMAs, but on the low time frame, a little bit difficult exactly where it is to pick an entry point. So yeah, I don't want to keep repeating myself. Hopefully that answered something. Hopefully it helped you a little bit. You're long from 231, but on the Bitcoin pair, open to daily fair value gap tag and break a reclaim too. Nice. So you already have a plan. All right. Did I miss anything? I think I did render. I did. I think I'm caught up with everything that everyone. Let me look at what Bags is saying. I haven't looked at ETH. Actually, I think I did look at ETH this morning. I never got the entry for this. I wanted. I'm assuming you faded that. Let me guess. I'm short ETH just for a few percentage back to Friday value area low or something. I'm gonna have to go to lower time frames. I'm not going to do that. Where did I have my targets on ETH? 1 second, guys. I will be right back. Let me check something else. All right, we're back. This is so messy now. Honestly, I think ETH gets continuation higher. That's my leading thesis on ETH, is that we're definitely going higher, but we could, I mean, I think Bags probably sniped the top. He's an order flow trader. So he probably saw a criminal amount of absorption above that high. And do I have open interest here? I do. Yikes. All right, so they're already getting wrecked, which is nice to see. Wreck the Saturday traders, and then we continue. I think ETH is going a lot higher, and my leading thesis for ETH, I think I already said, it was ETH BTC reclaiming. I think ETH BTC is going to move a lot higher, right? You had all the time in the world. You had all the opportunity in the world to break this down towards range lows. The obvious thing, everyone wants to buy ETH here. Everyone wants to buy ETH BTC there, and that's why you're seeing the chart round out above it. Magus loves to say this, but this is something that I noticed a lot last year, is that consensus targets never play out. Either you front run or you blow through, and this is clearly front running it, right? This is where I positioned a long ass time ago on ETH BTC. I think it was in June, at the top of the Bitcoin rally. I was like, let me take some profits on Bitcoin spot, and then let me finally move some Bitcoin into Ethereum, just the long-term stack that you don't touch, right? So I picked up an ETH position right here around 62 or 63, and you can see that it's pretty much hugging that. If we're looking at this from a deviation perspective, there is no reason that ETH BTC can't trade back up into 64 and potentially higher because of how inefficient this move was on the way down, right? Here's your accumulation. You can definitely expand back into this area. Whenever people telegraph exactly what they're going to do, it's not going to work out for them. If everyone is telegraphing to the market that they're going to buy ETH right here, and I think that is the most consensus thing in the entire world, is that ETH BTC is in a range. We're just going to buy range lows and we're going to take to range highs. That's why you're seeing ETH over the last 6, 7, 8 months struggle to get there. Not saying that it won't, not saying that it can't play out perfectly, but that's what we're seeing at the moment. And this ETH BTC bullishness is what leads me to believe that ETH is going to continue catching up with Bitcoin and probably make that move to, what did I say, 1730 or something? Yeah, that's what I think. It would be really funny if I'm saying all that and this was the absolute top of this rally and we go down only from here. You would have gotten me. But for me, I think this is going a little bit higher. I think we're going to 1730. All right, now I think I'm completely caught up. FXS. Dude, FXS was one of my best plays this year that I forgot about until recently. That run up earlier was wild. All right, WorldCoin. I think I covered World earlier. Kind of forget, but I think I covered it earlier. Man, I don't like this. I don't like this. These I haven't used these chart colors in a while. That's how long it's been since I've traded. Frax. I mean, this is ugly, dude. Naturally speaking, if we're bullish on this, we don't want to see it dropping below here. Like, dude, if you're bullish on Frax, I mean, you're probably going to get long entries real soon. You're going to get your long entry like right now. If not this candle, right? Why is it selling off so hard? Was this that catalyst you were talking about? The RWA or something? I don't know why it's selling off so nasty right now, but it doesn't look great. For me, this is not going to be a coin that I want to play to the long side, especially just because of how ugly it's been. It really hasn't had a discernible trend in a very long time. And like, to me, upside is going to be limited. What does this remind me of? This reminds me of something else that's just been giga ranging. Is it Ocean? Yeah. I'd rather trade Ocean to the upside, but then Ocean has nothing going for it either. It's just flatlined coin. Why is this on my watch list? Should we do Solana? All right, let's do World, Wild World. Simple trade on World. This is one that I want to short. Two things. Where are all my lines? Where'd everything go? Did I wipe this clean? Oh, it must be the other. Okay. Failing to get above this supply, in my opinion, is bearish. Number one, taking out a parabolic high with grindy price action like this and dropping back inside is bearish. Number two, and number three, losing the trend that carried you for this entire leg is bearish. Number three, this is the first lower high that it's put in, right? Lower high into lower low, right? So clearly market structure is starting to shift. All I want to see from Wild, why do I keep calling it Wild? World, is this, right? Drop back into here. Look to get a short trigger, a short setup into here, whether it's a fair value gap fill, a run of a local high, some kind of short trigger back towards 173 after we've reaccepted around 165. That's going to be the next place that I look to take a short, because you're just doing the inverse, right? Here's your higher highs and higher lows on the way up. On the way down, you're doing the inverse, right? You're looking to short into the lower highs, right? So it could potentially look like this. Look to take a short trigger. The confluence would be supply, right? So if we mark out some kind of supply in this area, I'm just going to use this for the time being. And that's actually a bearish breaker, but supply, come down here. White. Okay. Come back up. Confluence of the 4-hour trend, the same trend that carried you all the way up. And I'm pretty sure the 4-hour trend is what carried Wild all the way down, right? This coin loves the 4-hour trend. So the way that I want to short this is basically, like I said, I'm not shorting this leg right here. I'm looking for it to accept lower, accept 162, drop back into 162, then give me that move back up to 170. The invalidation is going to be reclaiming range highs, reclaiming the 4-hour trend, and breaking above this bearish breaker. I'm looking for a short trigger around this bearish breaker, and then I want to take it all the way back down to mid-range, which I think is daily, if I remember correctly, is daily SR, daily support. That's the level, 150. So what that trade is going to look like is something like this. I get a short trigger. It allows me to define my invalidation when we backtest this along that lower high, that speculative lower high. You don't want this to reverse from here. That's the easiest place that I find that to give you the easiest invalidation. And what I also find interesting about World that has nothing to do with the chart is that this coin got main charactered on CT because there's nothing else going on. We had nothing going on in markets, and this was just trending upwards in a very orderly fashion. It was heavy negative funding, a lot of people fading. I myself took a short off this deviation, only got a little bit of profits and round trip the rest. I thought this was going to be the top and it was going to roll over. This looks better from a top perspective to me, and the benefit is the less eyes on this coin now. People are, why would you trade this? Why would you continue looking for upside on WorldCoin when now you have other coins starting to move and better opportunities there, like INJs and stuff? So I think liquidity should move out of this coin back into the rest of the market, and that allows this to reset, right? So that, in my opinion, is strengthening the bear case. This is the swing trade that I'd be looking to trade. But yeah, like the way it is right now, why am I not taking trades on this? I don't want to short the bottom of this candle and have it simply be, oh, look, we just ran this low, right? This, locally speaking, we ran this low, right? We're going to get back above 172. We're going to close up here and we're going to make another move upwards. To me, that's not where I want to short. I want to short definitively when this coin has reaccepted back into this higher time frame range and then look to short a lower high. I hope that's enough information. If you have any other questions, happy to answer. Yeah, Wilder World was from last cycle, dude. I got multiples on that one. I think that's why it keeps coming to my mind. Is we had this KuCoin season, November. I think it was December actually, December 2021. After the market had topped, all the metaverse or gaming or GameFi shit coins. I think it was metaverse shit coins were just popping off. And the only exchange that I had access to with those coins at the time was KuCoin. And KuCoin was goated, man. The PYRs, the Wilder Worlds, I think there was other stuff, but they all did multiples in a very short amount of time. That's why I keep getting tongue twisted. All right, what else have I seen? Looks like risk is coming back into crypto markets. What do you think of alts and in general about markets? Yeah, we covered this earlier. I do believe there's some signs, some very early signs that markets can reverse or go risk on for a little bit. And my main leading thesis for that was Bitcoin has hung around and clung to 25K for way too long. Bears had a lot of time to break this down, Even here, I expected this right here to break down further. I keep going from light to dark charts, keep screwing up my pencil. But I expected this to break down a lot further. And the fact that we're up here is very interesting. I do think Bitcoin can drift back into 28. But the more bullish thing for markets, like I keep repeating, is ETH BTC. I think this is significant. I think this opens up opportunity for that. And just this gives so much life into alts. ETH BTC has been in a downtrend for over a year, but every single time ETH BTC calms down or gets just a little bit of a rally, alts have a big opportunity to do moves, and you just want to focus on the strong coins. For me, that's going to be INJ. At the moment, I think INJ was one of the strongest ones, and honestly, Pepe. We looked at Pepe earlier in the stream, and Pepe looks really good for continuation. I think Solana's up a lot right now. Seen a couple people requesting Solana, so we can do Solana now. Okay, let's start with a fresh chart. I haven't done Solana in a while. This is the last time I looked at Solana. Looking at it like this. Not still on the log chart, am I? No, thank God. Okay, here is liquidity. These highs right here. This is going to be your short-term, intermediate term goal for trading Solana. These equal highs. And we're almost there. Really clean. Another thing that I want to point out to people is anytime you see price consolidating well away from resistance like this, honestly, this is just complete, there's no data behind this, but I've just seen it so many times. Anytime you're front running hardcore liquidity and you're just coiling like this, you get these God candles. Again, the theme of this stream is a lot of hindsight LARPing, but that's what I've seen so many times. So just be on the lookout for that in the future, especially if I think this was a trend respector on the 1 hour. Yeah, especially if you're respecting a trend underneath resistance, underneath clear liquidity, underneath an area where people would like to short. And you get something like this, you end up with these God candles. So like INJ, I do not want to see this candle fully retrace. I want to see you hold the gains. I want to see this fair value gap, at least some of it, hold on. It doesn't need to hold on all of it, but I don't want to see this full candle retrace. I don't want to see that we have to come all the way back down to $20 to find buyers, because what that's going to do is end up being like this, right? When we had this move right here, blowing past, right? This is the exact same schematic, right? Here's your resistance. There's your coiling, respecting a trend, a big blow off candle, right? Obviously, this is XRP day. We're not going to get moves like this anymore. Maybe I guess if the BlackRock ETF gets approved, but the full retrace all the way back down to the origin is extremely bearish, right? You want to see people coming in. You want to see ravenous buyers coming in to defend price, to defend that expansion. So once again, that's really like the hot take, or not hot take, but really the important point to mention here is that if Solana, if you want this to continue, you really do not want to see it come all the way back down to $20. You want it to develop new value up here, right? You want it to range and form a new range all the way up here. So be on the lookout for that on Solana. And I will actually put some alerts on this one as well. Here is your point of breakdown. Really important here. So another thing that I really like trading in my system is what Adam taught. Abe Trade I think his handle is Abe Trade on Twitter. Probably the best flow trader, if not top 5, on CT. Posts tons of educational content, but what he brought to my attention was this concept of a point of breakdown, and that's really the supply before downside expansion, the supply before one party took control, right? You have value here, right? This area is the last battle between bears and bulls. Obviously, bears win. You get that point of breakdown. So for me, whenever you reclaim these levels, hyper important to defend, right? So for the 4 hour right here, that is right around where I placed my alert, and I'll put another one a little bit higher so I can be prepared. But yeah, I really don't want to see Solana accepting and closing and filling the majority of this gap. I'd like to see it just simply tested a few times, build a range, wait for what I think is the hourly trend. The hourly trend to catch up. That's what I want to see. I want to see this catch up, this get caught, form something like this, and then continue upwards. That's what I want to see on Solana for upside continuation. And the target from a swing perspective for more upside is going to be these triple equal grindy lower highs, back into this supply, back into high time frame mid range. So around $22.50, $23. That's really the region, the top side that I see for Solana. I hope that makes sense. Will you cover LDO? Shane, I covered LDO. All of this is recorded and stuff, so you can always just go back. I think you can even go back right now. I'm in a Solana long that I took off the daily 200. Nice. Wait. Did I read that right? I'm in a Solana long that I took off the daily 200. Wait, the daily 200 is here. Daily 200 is here, around 170 or 2170. What about BNB? It's looking good. I haven't looked at BNB in a while. Later, Born. Gonna watch Dumb Money. Oh, damn. I need to watch that. ARB. Yeah, ARB's been strong. But yeah. This is how I'd play Solana at the time being. The most bullish thing this can do is just consolidate. Like I said, form a consolidation here. I'd really like to see that. Just form another longer consolidation and hold. And another test of strength is going to be if we do get that weekend wipeout on ETH, like we've talked about a bunch of times, and we get that OI wipe, that people come in and bid Solana up, that they're ready to buy the Solana dip. And then you get long wicks, right? And those wicks don't get revisited. Kind of like, I think we did this on BCH, right? Similar idea. Oh, 237 high time frame. What is this about? What level is that? Oh. Would you look at this, base god? Another confluent region of why we're struggling right here. I think I pulled up the VWAP, the quarterly VWAP. Yeah, quarterly VWAP. So yeah, I mean the next expansion above this should really be juicy all the way to 277. But you're in a really contentious point right here. That's why it really, like I said, it was tough for me to discern an entry trigger right here because you're in a lot of chop in a really, really contentious zone. But yeah, if you're bullish on this, that's where it looks. I got distracted. What was I trying to say? What was I trying to say? Oh yeah, this wick right here should not be revisited. Similar for Solana. Chart was I on? The perp chart. So let's get rid of all this junk. Boom. If you get a move, a one-time move back into this point of breakdown, you can call this a breaker, but it is kind of a breaker, but traditionally you can't use it in this fashion, but I do end up calling this a point of breakdown or a break in structure. But if you get one wick into here and then it starts grinding up, honestly, you don't want to see that wick revisited. So another thing to keep in mind, that's what I was using the BCH example for. We're going to do ARB. What about BNB? We'll do BNB. Hey, Doc, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic just tagged 4 hour 300 EMA and very close to important SR level around $10 cents. Think about TPing 25%, but feel like if we have a few weeks of risk on, I'm gonna leave most of it open. Yeah, you know what? I've been very pleasantly surprised that hashtag or ticker symbol Bitcoin has been performing so well. Where is it? I have it on here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, that is extremely valuable. Wow. Dude, okay, so the 300 is not something I use in my system. It's not something I pay attention to, and honestly, I never care about it. So if that's something that you found valuable in your trading, go ahead and use it. And if you feel like you need a TP there, go ahead and use it. But for me, in my system, I mean, this is like all engines go unless it deviates back inside. My original idea was that we would simply take out this high. We would have to take out this low. This accumulation lasts a long time. But as you guys know that I've been saying, we're going to get that on-chain echo bubble. And this could be the right time for that on-chain echo bubble because it could be the same thing. We get a little ETH BTC move. We get some altcoins moving. We get those moves like Solana that we're talking about, maybe Pepe, maybe INJ, etc. And that leads to distribution down the risk curve. And we get this bid back into on-chain coins, and you get that echo bubble. Bitcoin or ticker symbol Bitcoin is the strongest one out of the ones that I watch, out of RLB, out of Unibot, etc. We'll go over these as well. But I mean, the reason to take profits here is if you're speculating that this is a deviation and will drop back inside, and you're kind of just trying to catch that deviation. So you're saying you want to TP 25%. I mean, that's not a lot. Sure. Yeah. TP 25%. Especially I know your size. So I'm sure that's a pretty nice payout. And I don't know where you were long from, but really clean, dude. Really, really clean. Especially this much coiling and this much of like a structure shift. This could really pop. This could really pop. The way that I drew this initially was, I think we were like here. I think it was this candle. It was this candle, something like that. And I was like, oh, we'll just quickly deviate the highs, drop back inside and move down. Instead of doing that, Harry Potter is just really, really nice market structure right here. If you deviate back inside this level, right? If we lose this and deviate back inside, that's where I would be like, okay, you'd probably close the position or relax or remove risk. For now, it's hard to fade, especially when you're bullish, to fade a breakout like this. There is 5 hours until the daily close. If the daily closes like this, I would honestly expect further continuation, especially because there's not too much in terms of supply here other than I think 2 days of a daily up candle move. Let's go to lower time frames and see. Yeah, I think you could get a move into here, 11 or 12 or something like that. I mean, this is clean even on lower time frames on the 4 hour, right? Honestly, this probably gets continuation. I'd be surprised at this point if it did kind of roll over like this. Obviously anything can happen, but this looks strong to me, especially because it's been doing this for a while and it's been showing relative strength against the broader market. It's been showing relative strength against on-chain coins. It's been showing relative strength against Unibot and all these other coins like that. So that's not something that I want to fade. What else what am I missing? ARB. We'll do ARB. Yeah, this is nice. ARB is nice. ARB's clean. Don't need any of this anymore. ARB's one of the only coins that I was trading this month. Not too successfusly, might I add. Pretty much scratch. I don't think I walked away with any profit on ARB trading this. Guys, if you're listening to not only the chart talk, but other things that I'm talking about, the intangibles in between, a big thing that I've learned this month is all of the trades that I've taken in September have been lower quality, worse management, not great gains, because of the lack of attention, because I'm not locked in, because I'm trying to trade lazily, because I'm complacent, because I'm half-assed on hiatus, not on hiatus, still kind of paying attention to markets, still feeling the itch to trade, but not locked in. And there's so much to be said about the performance in markets, just like performance in sports. You can't really just go through the motions. Guys at the highest level, like, yeah, if you're LeBron James, you can go through the motions and still, help your team. But at any level of sport, if you're not trying your hardest, you're not going to perform your best, right? And that's kind of my biggest takeaway from my trading in September. Even though I've barely traded, I'm very dissatisfied with the trades that I did take, just because of that reason. And I'm pretty break even on the month. But yeah, just something to be said. If you're trading without full intensity, or your heart's not into it, just don't take trades. Don't take trades because you're bored and stuff like that. But yeah, back to Arbitrum. This is your classic gap fill play, right? Boom. There's your EMAs reclaimed. I've gone over the schematic to this so many times in this video, but just to repeat an extra time for people that may be just joining us. The idea of a gap fill trade is always inefficient price action, a big gap between higher time frame EMAs, and then a reclaim of those confluent with a reclaim of SRs, and local trends guiding you, right? So we have the 1 hour trend guiding us on Arbitrum. You want to continue riding the 1 hour trend as long as it continues to be held. You want to aim for the next sets of liquidity, right? Here's would be TP1 9027. Right, this is probably good for a quick, if you're at the monitor, if you're at the desk, a quick one-time short, but you don't want to fee trying to open swing shorts into a trend like this, right? You may be able to capture a quick move, a quick fade back into here, but other than that, that's all you're really going to get. You're going to want to continue respecting the trend upwards as long as it lasts. Yeah, ARB looks good. There's a whole Arbitrum narrative season. I don't know how we're making that. I don't know what the cause of that is. I'm not locked in, so I have no idea why that's there. But yeah, that's not something you want to fade. I think Arbitrum tokens are doing generally well. And someone mentioned GMX, so we'll look at GMX in a bit. But generally speaking, super inefficient, grindy, ugly price action to the downside. Lots of highs that haven't been taken, just so many, right? And a very large gap here. So definitely could make the move back to $1. Here's liquidity here around that level as well. Here's a bunch of junky, inefficient price action on the way down. It doesn't have to make this move all the way. In my experience trading Arbitrum, it's always been a disappointment to trade. It's not the nicest coin to trade. OP is way better of a coin to trade versus Arbitrum. Even though my experience using both chains, I prefer using Arbitrum versus OP. Just personal preference. So I naturally lean more bullish towards Arbitrum, but this just hasn't been fun to trade. Catch up a chat. I'm from Zed says I'm in from 6.5 cents. Not the best entry, but I mean, I think 6.5 is actually a great entry. No, did we drop to 4? Yeah. Okay. But I mean, it's still a good entry. I'm looking for it to put a lower high up to 13. Yeah, exactly. You're looking for that quote unquote echo bubble on chain. I think that's great. It's nice that you're managing your risk on checkpoints along the way. One piece of advice that I'd give you, since you are a trend trader, you're really going to cut into your profitability if you're trading a trend, right? That's trending, and you're like, oh, this is resistance, let me take some profit. Oh, this is resistance, let me take some profit. Let me take some profit. Let me take some profit. When you finally get to 13.8, you only have a quarter of your bag left, 10% of your bag left, and you look at your own P&L and you go, man, I only made 40% as what I should have. I learned that lesson the hard way this year on Pepe because I was in at such a good point. At down here, and we obviously were in price discovery, and I was kind of taking profits because I didn't know how to ride a 20x that was doing this in such a violent manner so quickly, because I don't have experience. I don't have tons of experience riding stuff like that, and I was kind of just taking profits at like market caps. I'm like, oh, we flipped this, oh, we did that, oh, we're top 100 now, just like completely made up stuff. And I was only able to pull a 7x out of a 20x move because of my willy-nilly, profit taking strategy. So if you're a trend trader, take profits when trends are lost. Don't really take profits just at, oh, this is an SR, this is the resistance. Really ride the trend versus just willy-nilly taking profits. So just something to keep in mind. Are you trading futures right now? Best YouTube videos. I am not trading anything. I've been on hiatus. I'm coming back. That's kind of the core of this stream, is to look for trades and look for setups that I'm interested in going into the next week and beyond. Just looking at coins, and we really have not done a good job. I wanted this stream to be like, I'm gonna run through all the Binance perps, and I haven't been able to do that because we're just going straight to the juicy coins. But a lot of times when you go down a list like this after not being in tune with markets, you really get a good idea for what coins are doing what, and then you start asking questions. Well, why is this happening? And it's really just a way to kick the rust off the gears and really get locked in again, is just going through literally every single coin, seeing what everything is doing, understanding the market, understanding what percentage of coins are in play, what the market looks like, whether it's chopping, ranging, etc., and find outliers, right? And find plays that not other people are talking about yet, and try to be early to stuff. So that was kind of the goal for this. We're not really doing a great job of that. We got distracted at algo, like the 10th coin on the list out of all of this. But I don't know how long I'm gonna be streaming for. I don't mind continuing the stream if we still have 24 people here. I don't mind just keep continuing and keep rolling because I have nothing to do, and this is what I was going to be doing anyways. So might as well do it on stream, answer questions along the way. But I think we're caught up on the coins, so let's continue going down this stuff. Get caught up with chat. Adam, same as Arb, by the way. Oh, someone said BNB. I'll do BNB. Autistically noticed the A coin similarly moving. Hey, all right, base god, you just doxed yourself as a wawat. Will it also be a bearish breaker turned into a bullish breaker? No, you can't flip breakers. The idea of a breaker is a failed order block. So if price is moving down, right, and we put in supply here and we move down, moving up into this area, right, you call this a bearish order block, right? You're expecting this to reject. This is supply. Flipping this, right, is now saying, okay, that was a failed bearish order block. Now it's a bullish breaker. That's the idea of a breaker. So you're flipping an order block into a breaker. I think the proper term for a breaker is a breaker block, if I'm not mistaken. But ICT has so many names for so many things. It really doesn't matter. It's just the concept that matters. It's a break in structure, right? It's this schematic. Basically here, there, lower low, take out this high, use that as support, continue upwards. And the idea of this is you have a downtrending market structure, right? This high needs to be defended for bears to continue, because if you break above this high, and it's Trader Main has the best definition for it, and it's I forget exactly how he says it, but it's like the breaker is the high that led to the low that took liquidity. So ideally speaking, there should be a point right here that was a previous like swing low, right? And it's the high that led to the low that took liquidity and basically reclaimed or broke over the bearish order block, and broke structure on lower time frames. And then you play into this. This ends up being your trigger for longs, and your invalidation being losing this breaker. So it looks like this. That's the breaker setup. Hope that makes sense. How did you get the list of Binance perp coins into TradingView? I don't really remember. Someone shared it with me a year ago or something. It was like a link to some file. I don't even remember how to add it anymore. I don't even remember what list, but I did this a few times. I did this with like KuCoin way back in the day. KuCoin 740 coins. I wonder how many of this are still listed. Look at all these delisted coins. This is something I used to use in the past because there was something called a KuCoin meta where KuCoin, would get these shit coins listed early. Now it's like MEXC and BitGet and whatever listing these shit coins early, but it used to be KuCoin. Look at all of these delisted coins, man. Yeah, but yeah, that's the idea. I just got the link from someone. I'm sorry I can't help there. I know it's not about trading, but do you play video games? I don't play so much anymore. My favorite video game of all time is Destiny. Some of you guys might think that's cringe, because Destiny had a very bad rap when it launched, when the vanilla game launched, and they honestly have had so many fuck ups along the way. But to me, it's the most nostalgic game for me. It got me through med school. I would use it as a stress reliever. I had really bad depression at one point in my life, and just playing that game with my best friend who lives across the country now, we used to play that game all the time, and it got me through some tough times. So I always have a special place in my heart for Destiny. Anytime I come back and feel like I want to play video games, I always play Destiny 2. The game ain't perfect, but it's my shitcoin of choice. Other than that, I play sometimes. Like I played God of War. I play Ragnarok for a few minutes here and there. I just don't have time for video games anymore. Trading and the Discord and crypto and everything is just a full-time job. And now we do YouTube and we do all this kind of stuff. And I'm really trying to do everything in my power to, I don't know what the right word to say, not build a brand, but make crypto the place where I can extract the most value from, in every angle. And fun fact, the YouTube is now at 1,600 watch hours, and I get to apply for monetization at 4,000 watch hours, which is pretty cool. It'll be like $5 a month if you're wondering how much money you make off that, but it'd be cool to grow. I think the reason I like YouTube is like not a lot of people on CT do YouTube. Like I know Trader Main is super successful, Trader XO is super successful, and then other guys put out sporadic educational content. Like I know Runner has a good YouTube that I recently started watching, but I think there's a I don't know. I enjoy it. I enjoy talking. So we build the YouTube in the bear market as well. I don't even know what I was answering, but yeah. Late to the party. I take it I missed your take on ETH. I'm looking at a short-term pullback. Yeah, Bagshira mentioned that also earlier, that he was shorting ETH. I do think that positioning long on a weekend is a fool's game, especially on majors. It's really hard to position on weekends. The only time this year that positioning on the weekend, and I'll go back all the way to January, is, let's see if I can find it quickly. Down here, I believe this was a weekend move. Yep, this was a Friday move. Was this the weekend? It was one of these. Yeah, look, it was this whole thing. Yeah, it was this weekend move. This was a weekend move, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Where I added hella size to all my spot bags all the way back in January. It was the one weekend move that I didn't fade. And for anyone who's been watching the stream here, I'm pretty sure you could answer this question for me of why I got bullish, why I added size. And it's so simple. It was just so simple. This is it. This is it. H4 trend, flipping the H4 100, 200 EMA, flipping an SR. Bitcoin does not trade this clean anymore. I don't see Bitcoin ever trading this clean, but I had to take this trade all the way back then. And it was a weekend move that everyone was fading. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday move that everyone faded. But yeah, it was nice. That was the last time I positioned on a weekend. But generally speaking, anytime you see a huge uptick in open interest on a weekend, doesn't lead to great things. Extract value by being people's counterparty. Yeah, exactly. That's the main goal. That's 100% the main goal, is to continue taking your money. That's what this game is. I can't sugarcoat it. That's 100% what we're out here to do, is take each other's money. And we, the reason I share stuff like this is not for monetary gain. Like, I don't have anything monetized. My Discord's free. Everything I do is free. In fact, like, it's the reason my friend tech keys suck. That's the reason they're not pumping. It's the reason they're not priced higher, in my opinion, is because that people know they can come to me in these streams and ask the same questions, and I'll answer them, because I'm not gatekeeping anything. Nothing I do is rocket science. My edge in markets is my discretion, my understanding of the game theory of markets, my discipline, and my patience. It's not the system whatsoever. My edge is not my system. My edge is understanding pivot points in markets. It's why I was able to be bullish here while everyone turned giga bearish. They were bullish on this entire thing, looking for higher prices, and I was bearish for this whole thing. I took a whole vacation right here and got bullish at these lows, and then got bearish at these highs and went down the risk curve. That's my edge in markets. It's not buy this, sell this. This is the entry trigger. This is the breaker block. This is the trend structuring. This is whatever. I think you can learn that very easily, and I'm happy to teach that, because and this is me being cocky and arrogant now, which I'm never. I challenge you to do this as well as me, just by taking my system. I honestly don't think you can, because there's a lot more to it than entry, stop loss, trigger, take profit here, enter here. There's a lot more to it than that, and you can only learn that by trading and experience and reps and time and trade, and dealing with anxiety and overcoming self-doubt and overcoming self-loathing behavior when you're on a losing streak, and having resilience. That stuff's not taught. That's earned through time and trade, time and charts, dedication, patience, discipline. Have I missed anything? I missed BNB. Man, I don't want to play BNB. Who cares about BNB? At the best case, I mean, this is like the leading high time frame thesis. But why I haven't shorted BNB is you don't short the coins everyone is saying that's going to go down. You don't long the coins that everyone's saying going up. I know that's a really stupid, simplistic way to put it, but everyone is expecting a Binance black swan, which makes me super disinterested in it. Like, I don't care. I'm not speculating on lower prices for this. I'm also not speculating on higher prices. I think actually upside is more likely than downside, if I have to be quite honest, because I think there's a scenario, or there's a world out there, that the Binance DOJ news that everyone is expecting occurs, and this thing just pumps for no reason, because everyone's like, okay, I sold all my BNB. I don't have any exposure to BNB. I think BNB is this and that and the other thing. And CZ and Binance themselves owns the entire supply. Like, they just own all of it, right? And there's really nothing, that occurs. Like, when the bad news hits, I mean, I don't know. Does it just nuke then? I don't know. I don't know much about BNB. This is not something I'm positioning on. This is not something I trade ever. BNB is actually on a very short list of coins that I never trade. Atom, BNB, Dogecoin, Tron. I can't think of any more, but the idea is the coins that get manipulated by news. I just put Atom on there because I have low success rate, but the coins that can be manipulated by people's tweets, by news, is not something I ever want to trade. It can be respecting whatever, but you can get a CZ tweet and instantly just get ruined. I don't want to trade a coin that's like that. I don't want to trade Dogecoin either, or short Dogecoin for that matter. And then Elon just tweets a fucking emoji and I get liquidated. That's not a coin that I'm interested in trading. So for that reason, BNB has always been on my shit list, and especially because the entire supply is controlled by Binance. Like, who's trading BNB? Who owns BNB? Who's a long-term investor in BNB? I don't know anyone that's in this coin. So when it has things that, you know, classically in my system are high hit rate, they're not performing well on on Binance because there's no one else trading those with me. There's just, that's just how I see it. So, I mean, high time frame thoughts. Honestly, I would love for this to come down to 120. I don't think this is going to 0. I don't think it's coming to 40. You have daily demand here, which people are discounting. I don't know why everyone's like, oh, there's a complete inefficiency all the way down to 0. It's not true. There's demand here at 140. And if we do get a crazy move down, in my opinion, that's the bottom. 140 is the bottom. We're not going below this. None of this is going to get eaten up. I don't think this gets filled. I think even if Bitcoin goes down to fucking 15K, 16K again, which I don't believe it will, but if that happens, I think this is the worst that BNB gets, is a move down to 140. I think this is the worst case scenario for BNB. And take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I did prefix a lot of this saying I don't trade this coin. I don't care about this coin. I don't have an edge trading this coin. And to me, something that's so crowded, you know, as far as the Binance DOJ, Binance FUD and all that, is not something that I really care about trading. I don't think I have an edge in it. I think everyone is psyopsed one way or another, and another way and another way. And too many people are speculating and positioning in this coin. And it's really crowded from that standpoint. HBAR. Charles is, all right, before I look at HBAR, do you have a bag of it? Do you have a spot bag of it? Or are you looking at it from a trading perspective? I'm just curious. BNB is a Hasaka coin. I think it moves after the early movers. It used to be a Hasaka coin until it put in the BNB, BTC, SFP, whatever. This, I tweeted this out December of last year that this was topped, and for all intents purposes, this is fucked, and this is coming down to here. This is what I thought of BNB last year. I was like, this is top, this is done, this is over, and it's coming all the way down to here. And I think this is why it has not been a Hasaka coin in all of 2023, is simply it's the only coin that was consistently outperforming Bitcoin in the bear market and the bull market. If you look at 2021, really strong. And if you look at 2022, for some reason in 2022, BNB just had a monster rally against Bitcoin. And that's why it was a Hasaka coin. And I don't think he's very interested in it anymore. Check Hasaka's recent tweet. Literally tweeted coins he's watching. Could be psyops though. I mean, that's interesting. I defer to him on that one. If BNB is something that he's watching at the time being, maybe a good time to watch it. Like I said, my take on Hasaka coins is, if he tweets something, you really have 2 or 3 good tweets out of it, of upside. So if he's going to pump this coin, yeah, maybe we get a move, maybe we get something in here. Sure, why not? Just watch out, because if he's going to be the driving factor of the BNB trade, he's also going to be the one that puts the top in. So beware of the second or third tweet on his coin. I don't have a bag currently. I'm looking forward to trading it. Okay, perfect. Let's do HBAR then. The reason I asked that, I have to prefix that, is because a lot of these shit coins look the same, and it's usually people just wanting to know if their bag is going to survive. INJ crossing 771. Is this the pullback that we wanted? We talked about this earlier in stream. Ooh, that's an ugly 4-hour candle. Did we take out this high? I neglected this the first time around. Nice short for anyone who got that. Let's move all this stuff. Sorry guys, keyboard's super far away. Let's have to do this like super slow. Perfect. So may get the entry here. We talked about this earlier in stream, if anyone wants to go back. None of this stuff's going to be timestamped, unfortunately, so you're going to have to put a little bit of effort in yourself to find it. But yeah, ideally speaking, I don't want to see this lost. I would actually position in here. As we come into here, boom, invalidation. That's the continuation I want to see on INJ. We can actually look at some other stuff. Did I even look up the VWAP structuring? reclaimed quarterly. Yeah, I think it's going higher. New quarterly is going to open. There'll probably be a lot of resistance here. I think we're going to 18. What is that? 1818. One of the strongest coins. But yeah, we're gonna chill on this for a few minutes and maybe place some bids live. Right now, I would bid, if it wicked down there right now, 765.5. That's where I'd be placing bids. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. This is not supposed to be a copy trade doc stream. This is just coincidental. In these conditions, are you trading with normal size? Yeah. My on-chain, not on-chain, my centralized perp futures size is not size. I'm not a millionaire. I don't have a 7-figure portfolio. My size is not enough to, have trouble getting filled and whatnot. My notional trades are always like 5 figs, right? I'm looking to build $1,000 accounts, like $10,000 account to 20, so on. I don't have a problem with size. It's kind of probably funny for some of you guys to hear. You guys probably think every trader out here is a millionaire, but no, I got a 6-figure account, and we're not there yet. We're not there. We're not at Loma size yet. And even, you know what? I should just answer that. I didn't even have to give away that much information. I just should have said, dude, Loma's out here trading fucking $500,000 positions in this market. None of us have a problem getting filled with size. What would make you upsize? Risk on conditions where Bitcoin is above the daily 100, daily 200 EMA. I think the yearly top is in. Okay, so another thing is narrative-based trading. If a coin has a specific narrative, like if I was paying attention to Link, and I understood that Link had a conference next week, right? I would have taken an upsized position on Link. Especially this, again, theme of this stream is hindsight LARPing, but this move and this structuring of the open interest all the way up in a grindy fashion with a catalyst, with a reclaim of a range, breakout of a range, reclaim of, this had everything. This had everything going for it, right? You're reclaiming the H4 100, 200. You have a catalyst. You have inefficient price action. You have good flows to the upside for open interest, good volume, high tick rate. Again, hindsight LARPing, but this would have been a trade that I would have sized into for sure. Generally speaking, anytime I get confluence of 3 factors, I'm upsizing. I don't care about the market conditions. If I get an SR flip, confluent with, I don't even know if there's one on this chart, but we saw on Pepe, right? Oh, that's not the one, but that would have done the job. I talked about this morning. This right here, this is upsizing for me. Because this invalidation is so easy. I'm willing, and then I have everything in my system going for me. I have the SR reclaim. I have the H4 200 reclaim. I have the local trend tag. I have everything at my disposal here, and I understand where I'm wrong very easily. This is 100% a upsize trade. My system, or the way I trade, is not like, oh, I need to put 1R into this, or I need to trade 2R, or I need to trade 3R, or whatever. I'm no longer trading like that. I haven't traded like that in a very long time. My risk tolerance is basically I open up account sizes that I try to do multiples on, and I'm basically understanding that, I'm picking my spots, and I'm looking for ways to capitalize on that. I'm not
saying, hey, I need to make 1R, or I need to make 2R, or I need to make 3R. Whenever I use these tools like this, it's just for visualization of my risk and invalidation and my high side targets. It's not saying, look, I'm putting 1R into this trade and I'm looking to get a 4.5R and I'm taking a 1R loss. Position sizes will vary. And a lot of times it's like 5R risk or more for me. But that's not something I recommend to a lot of people. I did a whole video on not mistakes, but like tips to get you guys going through your journey to be consistently profitable. And I didn't really talk about position sizing in that video, but I think it's worth mentioning. I honestly think that the whole 1R, 2R, 3R like risk thing is a meme. And I think people just generally say that just so that people don't blow up their accounts. I'm honestly think it's just something we say like, guys, just risk 1R. I mean, it's such a meme. You're not going to make real money that way. I mean, you work all week and you risk 1R per trade, and you make 2R and you make 3R and you make 4R. It's going to take you weeks and months and longer to build an account. I think the only time that's useful is early on in your trading to gain confidence, because you don't have big losses, and you can consistently build account, but you really want to be taking swings when they appear. A trade like this on Pepe, a high quality trade. Now, I'm not saying this is going to carry me, all the way to here. It's not a guarantee. But the entry is so risk defined and on my side and on my terms, and something that I'm confident and comfortable with, both from a chart perspective, but also mentally. I've seen success rate so many times on this, at least for myself in my own data collection, that I would be comfortable sizing into these positions way more than normal, and accepting, Hey, hold on, sorry. My cat's scratching my couch. Hey, you can't do that. Sorry about that. I have a kitten. He's like 5 months old now. He's just getting to that like scratching stage. Should we get back into the charts? I feel like I've deviated a lot. We still have 26 people in here. You guys have any questions? I haven't seen chat move in a little bit. Any questions? Anything non-chart related? Anything you want to talk about? Feel free. Shoot the shit. Meanwhile, I will go back to scanning and I'll check with you guys in a minute. When was the last time I traded alpha? Oh my goodness. Anchor hit. Oh, someone asked about Ape. Okay, all right, buddy. Someone asked about Ape, and I just flippantly threw it away, and I was like, I'm not looking at Ape. This looks interesting. This looks very, very interesting. This is like the longest. Let's see the. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, that's oof. This might be bottomed finally. That is really the volume profile you want to see when you're looking for a bottom on a shitcoin. All right, buddy. Whoever, and I don't mean buddy disrespectfully. That like nowadays when you call someone buddy, that's like it's like a rude thing. I don't mean that in that way, but I apologize for throwing away Ape. There could be something here. It is worth watching. Let's Let's look at this. Let's look at something I never look at. Interesting. And I even like that it's coiling underneath this because, you know why? When you coil under this band, when you get the breakout, right? That's that play of like, I don't want that perfect retest, dropping back into here's my invalidation, right? I look to play continuation. This is that inefficient price action. That, I mean, that's a crazy target, but we can't throw that out. This is interesting. All right, I'm gonna put this on my watch list, and if you know, as always, if you guys have been following me for a little bit, I always tweet out setups, or at least talk about them in Discord as I take them and when I take them. I'm not gonna put anything on the. I'm not gonna put any alerts for this one. I want more price action to play out. I think this requires a little bit more time. Probably the end of the day, I'll revisit this one. Let's catch up with chat. I'm in the camp. The bottom is in. Me too. Couldn't imagine being in the sidelines this year. I went in at 16.8K during the Christmas holidays. Thank God. What a year. Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree with you. I was hesitant. I was hesitant as hell buying here, and if you guys were in the clinic at that time, which none of you were, you'll know that we were talking about the bottom every day, multiple times a day. That was like the only topic. No one really cared. We were just like, is the bottom in? Is this? Is that? Are we going here? Are we going there? And over the weeks, we all kind of agreed that the bottom was in. Some of us capitalized on that, others didn't. But I was hesitant as hell buying right after FTX. I wanted to be very capital protecting. I didn't sell anything. I had spot Bitcoin that I bought here and here. And I sold a little bit right there, but I was underwater on spot Bitcoin, and I was like, man, should I add? And then I finally got the courage to. I bought some here. I bought some Solana. No, that was it. I just bought Bitcoin and Solana. And then, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, there was that flip on that weekend, January 6th, where I added size. I was like, no, this is it. This is go time. And you can actually go back into the clinic if you want and use the search function and do something like that. And find times where I went complete bulltard right there. And I was like, it's on. And we got rewarded with a hell of a market this year, man. I honestly, I think it's like, if you think about what caused like what events we absorbed during this, and this was FTX, and what led to all this selling, like, it's hard to imagine we get events that cause that again. My leading thesis is literally these boxes right here. Let me get rid of the log. This is where we're in. It doesn't matter if we drop to 19. It doesn't matter if we go to 30. It literally doesn't matter. What's more important here is time. I think Q3, Q4 next year is going to be going to be when we break out. When we break out of 30K and we don't look back. But I think until Q3, Q4 of next year, we're just in here. We're in a trader's environment. We're in a narrative-based environment. We're going to have shakeouts. 24K is not the forever bottom. It's not going to be, well, we're never going to see under 25K again. We are going to trade back and down into there. But breaking this, in my opinion, I can't fathom that. I personally cannot fathom that occurring at the current time. Made it home and I'm still streaming. Yeah, man, we're chilling. Thank you for sharing so much. Of course, man. Can you have a look at TRB? Man, TRB is a cartel coin. Been over this a bunch of times. I don't trade cartel coins. I don't have an edge trading a cartel coin. I don't know which way this is going to move. I mean, the best way to trade these, in my opinion, is on super low time frames. using, do I even have the layout open? No, I don't. I'm not gonna even open it. But on super low time frames, using some EMAs and stuff like that, in my opinion, this doesn't respect market structure the way I want it to. This doesn't respect liquidity that I want it to. The only thing that it really respects is trends, you know, when it's trending, right? And even then, it's super shitty, right? TRB is not a coin I trade. Cartel coins are not coins that I trade. This is just something that I completely avoid. I've taken, honestly 2 trades on cartel coins this year, and I've just ignored them because I just don't care about them. I understand where I have an edge in markets, and I understand where I don't have an edge in markets, and this really caters to flow traders. This really caters to scalpers. This does not cater to me at all. The only advice I would give someone is just like, don't try to short this. It's better to just completely turn off your brain and take a long and just ride the long on these coins. I don't think anyone expected after this dump for it to consolidate and do that. I mean, who maybe some giga chads and some giga brains expected that, but this caught me by surprise. And I'm like, so anytime you have coins like this that are doing things like this that feel completely irrational and I cannot contextualize, I'm just gonna ignore personally. So I don't really want to give thoughts on this because I generally do not have thoughts on this, and especially any other cartel coins. This is all hindsight. You can say, oh, well, Doc, it's holding your EMAs. Isn't this fit into your system? I mean, sure, in hindsight, it does. When it was occurring, this is not something that I would be looking at. Yeah, we can just say, oh, look, this is demand, and it perfect. Look at how clean that is on the daily. And it just, yeah, I mean, that's, like I said, like that's a lot of hindsight. I don't think anyone expected that. Would I bid here? No, absolutely not. Would not bid here because I've seen so many of these coins do this and come down and just bleed out to zero. So I personally do not have any clue which coins are going to respect this, when they're going to respect a level, if they're going to care about liquidity, if they're going to care about XYZ. A lot of these comes down to reading flows, and that's not something I do. Very long-winded response to say I don't fucking know, or I don't know shit about fuck. Rune, I can't get a view on it because it looks sort of shitty, and I'm bullish biased. Rune has some kind of something going for it. Ilo is a friend or an acquaintance that I speak to. He told me that Rune had some kind of change in fundamentals carrying it. Let's start on this. Let's start on a super high time frame. I mean, honestly, I'd bet on upside more than downside. Yeah, I mean, from a weekly perspective, it probably continues upwards. Here's the general rule of crypto. Strong coins continue being strong coins. It doesn't matter if there's something fundamentally driving this or not. The market has shown you a few times now that it's willing to buy the dip, that it's willing to respect high time frame market structure. It's not selling off. It is finding buyers. It's continuing to make higher highs. Yeah, man, this probably just continues upwards. I mean, it looks good. Let's look at some high time frame VWAPs above everything. Wow, last year's VWAP is all the way up here. And my cat is crying at the door after I let him out. Now he wants to come back in. 1 second, guys. Yeah, man. Looks good, to be honest. Looks good. Pullbacks are getting shallower. Continues to extend upwards. People are eager to short this one. People like myself have no idea what's driving fundamentals, what's driving price action. I think, like I said at the top of the stream, we're all not all, but generally speaking, the people that have done well this year are complacent and lethargic, and not paying attention. So it's a good time to really take advantage of that. If you guys have an edge and understand what's driving Rune right now, it'd be appreciated to let me know. But yeah, I honestly don't think 205 stands a chance. Like, this is not the forever top on Rune. It's not just gonna, I mean, watch me jinx it. But that it probably continues from here, right? You've revisited this level 3 times now. Every time that it looks extremely disgusting, like, I was super bearish on Rune up here. When this broke down, I was like, oh, it's fucking over. It's coming all the way down. We're gonna come all the way down to like 150. Monthly caught it, and you're going right back up, right? And you made fresh highs. I mean, it just does this thing on low time frame. I think Base God, you mentioned it too. Like, what was your question? Like, it looks bad on low time frames. Rune, I can't get a view on it because it looks sort of shitty, and I'm bullish bias. Yeah, this is what it's doing, right? It's just putting in these garbage patterns right here. Like, from anyone who's reading market structure, you never want something to expand, right? Consolidate, have another expansion, and then just come back into that value, right? That is always really bearish, right? And it's doing that right now, which makes you go, oh, this will probably trade a lot lower. But knowing, you know, what we've seen, it may just rip a lot higher again. You really don't want to see this. Generally speaking, this pattern is super bearish. This is something that you can use to call tops a lot. Just something to keep in mind. It doesn't always apply. Also, what I'd like to add to this, guys, is these coins that people are asking me about, like BCH, Rune, etc. These are coins that I don't trade, and I mean like never. Like, I don't have any trading volume on these coins. I haven't traded them all year. I haven't traded any of the rallies. I don't have chart time with them. And there's something to be said about trading a coin multiple times and learning its intricacies, learning how it trades, understanding the behavior that it exhibits. And that comes with time, right? So whenever I have to give my opinion on a coin that I don't trade, I don't think that you guys should value it as much. That's just me being completely honest. Don't value my opinion on coins that I'm not trading, because I have no skin in the game. And I have no experience trading them, and crypto can be a bronco like that. I think it's a big fallacy that a lot of people think that, oh, because Bitcoin is up, of course all altcoins go up. Because Bitcoin is, I think that's a massive fallacy, and do not fall into that trap of thinking that way. Altcoins can do whatever the hell they want. It's just for the pack, right? There's millions of coins. Yes, a lot of them are dead and just oscillating with Bitcoin. Coins like Harmony, right? They're just down only, but they're going to go up when Bitcoin goes, and they're going to go down more when Bitcoin goes down, right? Strong coins are going to do the opposite. They're going to go up a lot when Bitcoin goes up, and they're going to go down a little bit when Bitcoin goes down, right? They will oscillate with Bitcoin, but they do have their own drivers of price. I hope that answered something on Rune. I'm sorry I didn't have a better answer for you. As far as trigger and everything goes, I know this doesn't respect lower time frame trends. I've tried to map it out like that before. I know it's not a trend respector. It's not an H4 trend respector. So actually, let's double check. I'm not being lazy. This was like the only trade I took on Rune, was somewhere in here in late August. I had one good trade on Rune somewhere in here. Again, we could look at it like this, and we could say, here's your point of breakdown. It shouldn't trade underneath that, but that's not going to work for my system either. The up candle into the down move, that broke structure, that's your point of breakdown. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm going to continue not trading it probably. Where am I? Did you join the Haven in your journey? I was in the Haven for a month and a half last year, pre-FTX into New Year's. Those 2 months, November and December, is when I was in. And the reason I was in there is because my only way of trading last year was price action and ranges. I came into the market, and my thing was, I'm going to trade a range. And like I mentioned in that video, like, I'm going to have one bread and butter system. We were in a bear market. This is your bearish order block. It would drop back inside. We would get rejected. and I would look for, hey, let's sweep a high into supply, right? Sweep a high back into supply, look for a break in structure here, and then swing it back down to mid-range. I just kept doing this. I was doing this again and again and again, and I became profitable being a one-trick pony. And then I realized as a trader, I'm getting outperformed by people that know how to ride trends. I can't just do that along a rally like this. And this is a bad example. Rune wasn't strong at that time when I was learning, but there was other coins that were strong, and I was not good at trading trends. So I was like, who do I follow that's amazing at trading trends and trading momentum and trading strength? And number one was APG, but APG doesn't have any like educational stuff out there. I know Hasaka does, but that's really old, and threads and stuff like that. I wanted something more active and engaging and you know, that I could forward test, that I could test alongside. So Pierre and CBS were the two people that I followed at the time that traded that way. So I went in there and I started learning how CBS trades with divergences and stuff like that, and how he breakout trades. And that wasn't really helpful for me. I tried to understand and learn and trade that way, but I didn't really like it and didn't vibe with it. I kind of added it to my system a little bit, but you know, ultimately I removed all of that. And then Pierre was the other guy, and Pierre had, what I loved about him, it was so military. In the Haven, he just kind of posts the same thing with a lot of information, a lot of detail, and you can go back in his channel and basically just read everything. Like you can see historical examples for months and months and trades and hundreds of trades, right? And I love that. And I just basically studied his thing and was like, okay, I get it. Let me start trading like this. And I started trading like that in November, December last year. And then I realized quickly, you know, right before New Year's, I was like, I'm not going to learn if I'm in here, so I need to leave. So I like literally left. I think I left in January just because I didn't cancel in time. But I stopped looking at everything in the Haven because I'm like, I can't learn if I'm watching what Pierre is doing. I need to get out of here. I've learned everything that I need to learn from him. In order to understand how he trades momentum, understand how he trades trends, and then I just kind of made it my own. So you guys can see that a lot of my system is similar to Pierre's. It's not the same. We use different high time. I think he uses like MAs and not EMAs on some of his stuff. Some of the ideas and concepts are the same, but he doesn't trade any price action. I trade a lot of price action. I use breakers all the time. I don't think he uses breakers. But I just needed something to help me trade trends, trade momentum, trade upside, trade strength, because as a simple price action trader, it's very, very hard to trade something like this. Especially it's hard for someone to get in an entry after a candle like this is formed. They have no idea, like a price action trader or liquidity trader has no idea how to get into this. And you'll see many examples of that, of price action traders failing to capture moves. A lot of the most notorious ones on CT, I think, massively underperformed in 2023 because of that. And that's really what I got from him. So I was, yeah, like to summarize, I was only in there for a few weeks paying attention. But yeah, I was in the Haven for a little bit. See you, KL. 0.1% of traders on CT have an edge trading cartel coins. Agree. I think it's even less. And then you know what the real alpha is? If you have an edge trading cartel coins, you're not telling people what you're seeing, because they're so lucrative, so valuable. So much money could be traded if you understand reading those flows, and that's why you're not seeing any educational threads on them. Is because the people that actually have an edge trading cartel coins are not sharing that edge with you guys. My add-on levels are 25.3, which happened, and now 23.6 and 21.7 if they happen. Yep. Have you looked at CAS yet? No, I have not. D3 gap fill is what I see, but corner covered. That was talking about Rune. Amazing answer. Hey, Doc, have you heard from Bombay recently? He's very quiet at the moment. He DM'd me yesterday asking for... oh, you know what's funny? Speaking of Ape, he was asking for my thoughts on Ape. Let me go read my DM. Hopefully you guys don't get to see this. I don't even think I gave him a good answer. I was just like, I'm not looking at Ape at the moment. Sorry. Isn't that what I said? Oh, no. He was asking for OI on a little bit of higher time frame. Let's see what the price was. It was 125.7 when he asked me about Ape. And he was looking... I think he's looking for a big trend reversal. So, yeah, I think he's trading right now. He's probably just not active on socials. He uses MA 100, not EMA. Yeah. So Pierre and I have some differences there. You know, MAs, EMAs, time frames, the levels, they're all memes. It's just how you use them to your advantage. At the end of the day, a system is all a system is something that helps you navigate risk. It's not there's no magic to it, right? It doesn't matter if someone uses, like Zed earlier mentioned the 300 EMA. I've never heard of anyone using the 300 EMA, but I know Zed's a smart guy. I know he's very systematic, and he also learned from Pierre as well, I think, and he probably has an edge using 300 EMA, so more power to him. I know Mercury uses 200s. He doesn't even use 100. He just uses 200 MA and the 200 EMA and uses it on multiple time frames, right? So there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just very simple things that allows you to mitigate risk or define risk. I think that's all systems are, is something, a tool or TA or whatever. It's just a tool that helps you define risk. All right, let's go back. All right, Ape was one. Wow, guys, we are, I mean, hours into the stream. We're 2.5 hours into the stream, and I'm like 15 coins in on my watch list. This is gonna be a long day for me. I probably won't end up doing all these on stream. I know you guys are gonna get bored. Krillin uses 300 MA. Yeah, Krillin is a god. Krillin's size is size, man. Krillin is underrated. Yeah, look, this is what I was talking about on TRB earlier. Like, half the cartel coins do this. They just burge and die forever, and they don't respect any order blocks. They don't respect any EMAs. They don't respect anything on the way down. And you have one like TRB that did. And it's very hard for me in my system to discern which coin is going to do what. So I've just decided, like I said, not to trade them. What coin is this? AR. Someone asked about AR. I don't know if I looked at. Oh, yeah, I did look at this. It is hyper illiquid. You can just tell by 4-hour candles how liquid this coin is. Oh yeah, I remember trying to trade this one. This one did not work out how I wanted. Adam, base god. I think you mentioned Adam earlier. Someone asked me about Adam a few weeks ago. There was a setup here. Yeah, this was the setup, right? SR, tag, liquidity above. Perfect fucking trade. I think he nailed this one. I think it was Battle Cat that asked me about this, and he's like, "Hey Doc, what do you think about this?" And I basically just marked this out for him on a random day. I was like, "This is the trade." I think he nailed this one. Yeah, but Adam's not going to be one that I want to trade. It's just one that I never trade. Audio, nothing. AVAX. AVAX is interesting because it's at that mega high time frame level. Yeah, this one could be a good short-term bullish trade. All right, let's go to the 4-hour. How am I going to define risk here? Important levels here. Oops. That's not terrible, but also, see, the thing is, what I do with a lot of these watch lists, or not watch lists, when I'm scanning coins, is looking at stuff and being like, yeah, that's a potentially good play, but you're finding much better ones, right? So you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, this could play out, but why am I going to play this one if there's a better one out there? And that's really the advantage of just broadly scanning a bunch of stuff quickly, is that you don't have to take every trade. Even if this looks okay, I know I'll find something better. I think I would get really interested above 955. Yeah. Like, there's a play from here to here, right? But what I would love to see is if this does this. Come in here. Right? This is this is the long that I want. And I'm comfortable patiently waiting for this. And if it never plays out, it never plays out. But I'm comfortable just patiently waiting for that to occur. Another thing that I use sometimes is just these high volume nodes, right? So we're obviously at this extreme point of contention. Getting above this, using that as support gives you confluence with price action and your high volume node, right? So you want to really hold on to that high volume node there on AVAX. Bake. I've heard someone talking about Bake. Who are you planning on having on stream next for the rounds? Should I tease? I haven't told anyone. I have 2 people that have agreed to come on. We just need to set dates for it. Big names too. Not beating around the bush there. I don't know. I don't really want to put it out there right now. I mean, I kind of do because I'm excited myself. But what the hell? Okay. So Magus agreed to come on. We haven't set a date. We haven't talked about it, but he's like, yeah, let's run it one day. So that's coming at some point. And Dentoshi. Me and Dentoshi were talking recently, and I forgot how the topic came up, but I was basically like, yeah, man, I do this, interview podcast, laid back, casual style thing on YouTube. I'd love to have you on. And she was like, yeah, that sounds great. So she might be next week, maybe the week after. But those are the two people that I have on. Yeah, Magus is a god, dude. Magus is someone that I highly respect. I've gotten the opportunity to learn from him, so I really appreciate his input and insight into markets. One thing, guys, along your journey, if you ever feel like me right now, where I am in my journey, I've kind of been, I didn't ask for this, but I kind of got put in this educator role, in this teacher role, in this leader role, and which is nice, and I kind of enjoy that, or it's a good feeling. Like, hell yeah, man, I have this ability to help other people, but don't ever get stuck being the teacher, because you're really limiting your upside. Always continue looking for people that can continue teaching you, and if at some point the lessons that I'm teaching here, you start hearing them a few times, and you guys will see, like, people that are residents in the clinic don't often hang out in my streams. They don't often watch my videos because they've been hearing me say this stuff for a year now, right? So it's not that valuable to them. So, like, if you guys get value from what I say, that's great. But if at one point you feel like, oh, you've learned enough, try to find someone who's teaching a more advanced concept. Don't get stuck in college. Go to grad school. Basically what I'm saying. So yeah, I do it the same way. Like, I got stuck, not stuck, but like, I'm in this teacher role, and I'm cognizant of the fact that me being in this role could give me this false sense that I'm good enough, or I've made it, or I'm, I don't want it to hold back my own development. So what I'm trying to say is, like, I try to continue learning from people like Magus and such. So I always want to take a step back, humble myself, realize there's levels to this game, which is not hard to realize, and continue striving for that next level, and never being complacently celebratory and being like, oh yeah, I've done enough. I'm profitable. I can flip accounts, and I can do multiples, and I'm great. Never let yourself get there. Not in trading, but in every avenue of life. Yeah, man, the stream should be good. I'm excited to have Dentoshi on because I actually didn't know who she was until like 2 months ago or something. And I don't remember how it came on my feed. But we had like 100 mutuals. So I'm like, oh, that's rare, because I only follow 170 people. So to not be following someone who I have like 100 mutuals with was crazy. And then I saw I don't remember what she posted, but I posted something like about an Arbitrum trade. When was this? This is months ago. And we were on the same wavelength for that trade. And yeah, and I was like, oh my God, it's cool to see that, there's not very many people who use EMAs and price action. So it's always fun to meet someone like that. So it'll be cool to talk to her about that and see, what we share in common, what we do differently. and stuff like that. And like I always say, like it's always like casual podcast style. I always just want to ask her like what she's done in 2023 and what her goals are moving forward, stuff like that. Always fun to get to know other traders, man. There's a difference. Getting to know your peers and whatnot. So many coins are just junk. What is this? What is this wick? Holy shit. I hate when this happens. Like, can TradingView get rid of this? Just like remove that candle. What coin is this? Bat? Oh, bat's been irrelevant forever. This is BCH. This is always an interesting one. People in the clinic trade Bell a lot because it has decent volatility. It's a shit coin, it's a dead coin, but it has good enough volatility that allows people to trade this like daily, like take intras, take swings, play price action. I think this is under the radar, and I'm not going to look into it too much right now, but I'm going to put it back on my watch list just because there are opportunities to take trades into here. This is not going to be a trending coin. So one thing I do is I'll take trades based on purely price action. Not everything has to be a trend for me. I just use that because I think those are easier trades. I think it's much, much easier, higher hit rate. Like I have a crazy higher hit rate trading coins that are respecting trends versus coins that are just chopping around. But on this, you could, this is always a coin that I could take intros or something on. BLZ. Is this gonna pull this? So BLZ was the other coin that's like in the TRB sphere, right? And whereas TRB held on to this, right? What we saw on TRB was it had a daily demand confluent with daily trend, and it bounced here, right? We saw TRB bouncing from here and showing strength and moving, or whatever. It did sideways and then up. BLZ is not doing that. You never know. Maybe it just drops to here and puts in another high. Okay, we did BNB, BNX. Let's get Jags. Capo. You want Capo on the stream, dude? What are you going to get out of that? I don't even think Capo's a real person, dude. I think Capo is literally not a real person. I don't think he's taking trades. I don't think he's short Solana. I think, I don't know. Capo's like a paid actor, dude. Excuse me, sorry. BNZ. Nope, nothing here. Bitcoin dominance. Oh yeah, I forgot that there's perps for Bitcoin dominance. This is a classic schematic that I love trading, and you guys will see this a lot. There's no secret to this. It's just like parabolic high, retrace to demand, and then grind for that next leg, right? Take out the high, drop back inside, short trigger, right? This is basically what WorldCoin is doing right now. I've shorted. My best trades of my career always are this schematic. It's the short side. It's taking out that parabolic high, dropping back inside, breaking this market structure, and trading it down. That's another play that I really, really size into mid-range and range low. This is my bread and butter play, especially when it appears on high time frames. I really like this appearing on 4-hour charts, daily charts, weekly charts. Like that's the play. Boom. That's that entry trigger I talked about. I need to get some better music for the next stream. This has just been on repeat this entire time. This is where you would start scaling into the trade. Right here, demand, hourly, boom, aim for the next high. There's too much going for this. That's your invalidation. I haven't done CAS yet, have I? Maybe we should do some CAS. Where were we? We're still all the way up here, huh? We just got to the C's, man. Dentoshi's a G. Yeah, Dentoshi's a G. Doc, we got Pendle part 2 if you chart RVST. Is this on-chain? Knew it. All right, we'll do that at the end. Jingo, don't worry, I'll get to it. I just for streaming I have to like present a new chart, go to the, you know, like a web page and stuff. Oh my god, that is a crazy Freudian slip there, Richard. I'm not even gonna repeat that on stream out of respect for her. AGIX, you think it's gonna respect the 16 cents low? You think it could break down? Let's see. This is pretty nice. So, right, clear downtrend, rounding off. Each low is getting less and less significant. Like, right, this low is almost right next to this low, right? So it is really nicely rounding off. It's starting to go sideways instead of down. This is a prime can, and then look at the volume profile, right? The largest volume node is at the bottom here. I do think this probably holds. I mean, on what time frame are you asking me? Are you saying like forever? This is the forever bottom? I have no idea. Local bottom, yeah, strong case for local bottom, strong case for reversion trade here on AGIX. And the way that I do that is the same way that I've mentioned 100 times on this stream already, and we might just have to subtitle this stream how Doc trades gap fills. An SR flip plus a trend flip, right? So there's no clear SR flip here, which is what the tough part is. There is no clear SR flip here. These are the gap fills that I don't love, is where I cannot define my risk as far as like freedom. What did I say were the two most important factors for these? Is far gap and inefficiency right here. I don't see inefficiency from here. Like there's all of this junk still above it, right? That's very hard for me to position into expecting further upside. It's a different thing entirely. So I'm not going to be the one that tries to gap fill on AGIX here. If you think there's a fundamental reason for being long AGIX versus another coin, more power to you. I've already demonstrated why this could be bottomed for now, right? Maybe a spot position if you're just looking for some relief casually. Hands off, right? Maybe a spot position that could drift upwards, but you never know, right? With coins like this, it could just keep ranging. It could do this for another couple weeks, couple months. You never know. Not the cleanest one, not the cleanest candidate for that. Do you have much experience trading other markets? I came from equities. I came from equities to crypto. I started equities. COVID crash, literally March 2020, literally like at the Pico bottom is when I started trading. And when I say trading, I don't know, did you watch my latest YouTube video? Because I covered the journey, so I'm not going to do it again. If you guys are curious about the full journey, go ahead and watch that. It's the beginning of the video. But my experience trading other markets is with options trading in equities. I was actually more of an options seller towards the end. I was an options buyer in the beginning because this was all I did. Like, how could you not have made money trading this? All I did, like literally, I think it was from, yeah, it was from here to here. I would literally just wake up, watch Apple, wait for pullbacks on Apple and buy calls. And then at the end of the day, if I'm up, I would close and I'd do the next thing. I'd wake up, I'd wait for a pullback, I'd buy calls. And over months, I did multiples on my equities portfolio. And then I moved to crypto. And this is not something that I think makes me a profitable equities trader. Doing what I did here is not a strategy that's going to work for anyone. Looking back, I'm actually shocked that I made money doing that. It's not teachable, it's not coachable, it's not repeatable. It's just, hey, we have a bull market, we have shenanigans going on, this is a nonsense market, Apple's just going straight up, I'm just going to keep buying calls, and it just kept working. I still trade options on markets. I took 3 trades on equities last year. I shorted Apple, Amazon, and Tesla, all off the highs, all off of this one. It was this one. I shorted Apple, literally Pico top ticked this, and I took profits like 145, I think was. There was one gap fill here, so I took profits here, and then one other area, and I was out of the Apple short. This one, Amazon, Tesla, it was all kind of the same time, all that August bear market rally, and haven't really touched it too much. I trade Coinbase now. Coinbase not on this list, but should have my execution circled. I literally all these circles are where I executed Coinbase. And this was kind of like the SEC sued Coinbase, and Coinbase came to my trigger zone. This is where I wanted to buy it. And pre-market, I woke up and I was like, oh my God, they sued Coinbase. And I just saw price right there. And I'm like, I'm not going to be a pussy. I don't care. This is where I planned on buying it anyways. News just brings price to levels faster is something I firmly believe. Bought Coinbase here, held it for this entire thing. My target for upside was this supply. And funny enough, XRP won their case against the SEC literally as we were tagging this, and this is where I took profits. And it was just kind of like news. This is like luck, kind of like luck, but good fortune, but also preparation, understanding levels and understanding how news plays. Basically, I bought the bad news into support and I sold the good news into resistance. I took one trade here because this was the area that I marked out. I was like, I want to buy Coinbase back in this area. I bought this isn't perfect. I bought 76, 75, 73. And then first test, best test, rejection. Obviously, you're going to sell this, but I had hope. Like, I didn't sell the whole bag here. I had hope, and I thought, look, we're going to get back above 84. That's really where I think this is going to go. I talked about this somewhere. I know I did a video on this somewhere. I did a video on this, exactly how, this played out. And then I just ended up selling the rest of my bag because, yeah, this is, rejection. I was like, okay, if we get back above here, not only will I buy back my spot, it's funny calling stocks a spot, but not only will I do that, but I would get calls to look for trend continuation, but we're not there on that market. What's up, Tom? What's up, Hologram? What keyboard are you using? Sounds crisp. Man, it's an old Razer keyboard. Do I even know the name of this? Black Widow? Razer Black Widow Tournament Edition Chroma. Honestly, I think if you're like a keyboard guy, you would probably think this is like a newbie keyboard, but I like it. Sui has a break defense setup. Dude, I almost want to put this on the never trade list too. Ooh. Because it just continues getting rejected here. Every time I think Sui will finally break out above this H4 100 200, it rejects. This is quality, right? This is nice. This is that same schematic, right? Like someone just asked about AGIX, right? This is what you want to see. AGIX didn't even move. What did I say on AGIX? I want the SR to be confirmed with the MA, right? You have that here. You have clearing the SR, right? However you want to draw that, it doesn't matter. You can even just take it like this. Take this block, right? There's your SR. Yeah, this is going to be tough. I'd rather trade this the way that I would want to long sushi. This is the point of breakdown. Highlight this, bring that there. I want Sui to get above here, hold this as support, use lower time frame MA. So like here's the 4 hour, right? 4 hours is going to take a few hours to come in, right? We get above here, we have the confluence of these three things, high volume node, boom. That's where I'd look to defend. So again, this just needs more time. And you know what? I actually like this one. So let's put some alerts. Let's put an alert here. Alert. Let's put a little bit higher because I want it a little bit higher. Boom. Put alerts up there. That's how I would take the trade. Yeah, you break, I defend. Get back above here. Use this. Dropping under that SR, dropping under that HVN is going to be the invalidation again. This is actually really strong. If it broke down like this, and buyers were like, nah, we want to get back above here, and you reclaim a local point of breakdown, right? You can even get more technical with it. You can say, look, this is your H1 point of breakdown. Anytime you have, like, what did I say earlier in the stream? If you have an impulse candle, you don't want that full impulse retraced. You want half of that at least to hold, right? And look for something to build here for continuation. Same thing. You have an impulse candle to the downside. Why is Sui coming all the way back up and retesting the entirety of the candle? That's not great for bears that are looking at this. So yeah, once again, if this starts consolidating here, breaks above, put something in like that, that's where I look to get interested. This is the trade. One more for good measure. Anyone remember what coin we were on? Oh my goodness. What coin was that? Oh. Dude, delist these. What is this? Cello? I don't even know what cello is. Yikes, man. Looking through these, right, and seeing so many altcoins have a capitulation and then just tons of sideways buildup with big HVNs, this is the benefit of doing this watch list. This is me getting back in tune with the market because I'm realizing this lull period could actually end up being bullish because bears have had weeks to break this down. And all you've done is build up a composite. You're building up a composite where bulls can use this to create bullish arguments. And I think that's a big, strong point for the bulls there. Now you're just looking for coins that are trading better out of those consolidations than the ones that are still stuck in them. Chili's is a coin that will always be near and dear to my heart, no matter how far it got destroyed because of how much money I made on it last summer, World Cup time, trading it up and down both ways in a lot of this chop. And as you guys can see, the last time I traded, or at least looked at this, was April. I don't even remember taking this trade. How shit is that? Didn't even take this. I don't remember this trade, but why would I? There's so many trades. All right, this is comp. So this falls into that DeFi category. Wow. Damn, you putting in a shift today? Yeah, dude, how long are we in? We're almost 3 hours in. I can keep going, dude. Like I said, my goal today for myself was just to cover all these coins. Do we still have people watching? 23? Damn, dude. I mean, that's not a lot, but at the same time, I'm shocked there's 23 of you guys here just chilling with me. That's cool, man. Shout out to you guys. Thank you. I'm honored. Nah. Cody. Yikes. Oh, this had something going for it, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but CRV had something going for it recently. CRV and CVX or something. This could be good for continuation. Oh, it's already done. Kind of the whole move. Nice trigger here. Holy shit. I think I even looked at this. Yeah, I missed a lot, man. I'm kind of like, I needed that break, but at the same time, I missed crazy opportunities on some of these trades by being like mind shut off mode. This is a good comp here. If you break out of this is really gonna fly, right? Break out of this. This is really gonna move. This is bullish and bearish depending on the resolution. And it's confluent with that high time frame level. Yep. I'm gonna change the background music because I'm getting tired of this. Listening to the same thing for 3 hours. By God, you're not even halfway, dude. We've gotten distracted. In the beginning, people were asking for coin requests and stuff, and they still are. But yeah, I'm not even halfway through. I got to go through all these. But the thing is, like, we're not even spending time doing this. A bunch of these, we're just blowing right by. So they're not really gonna take too much time. What is this coin? CTX. I'm traded this. For a bit. Nope, don't want to trade something like that. CTS, nothing. Yeah, CVX, this is the one. Still unlocked. Wow, that is a strong rally. Probably at the end here, though. It's a tough place. Tough place to long. Probably a decent place to look for shorts. So I'm going to mark this out. Not blindly going to short, of course. Look for short triggers, look for signs of exhaustion, look for distribution, look for break in market structure, look for loss of trend, right? Those are the things you look for. Not just like, hey, I got to my level, I'm going to short. Das. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think we might have found something okay. This is the one. Look, guys, you stuck around for 3 hours. Maybe we get rewarded with a banger here. Yeah, next. Anyone know what's going on with Dash? Anything going on? If there's something going on, that makes me want this more. But just from a technical point of view, I mean, ooh, this is hot on the list. CVX added staking, reason for strong up. Gotcha. CVX and CRV had some like FUD around them, didn't they? They had something going on with them recently. Owner was selling to buy mansions or something like that. Base God. Enes, specifically, has it moved too far from the local defend SR level for you to ride it to daily EMAs? Yeah, I really want tight stuff like that. Especially for gap fill plays. This becomes a different trade entirely if you're trying to get into something like this. You have to use local market structure, local trends, right? You can't rely, like, how am I going to enter here, right? Where do I define my invalidation on the 4-hour chart? That's what you have to ask yourself. Where am I wrong? If this comes all the way back down to here, right? Are you wrong? You're not wrong. You're just underwater. The trade could still play out, right? And I was going to get to Magic, but Magic is one of the coins that did that, right? I took the long off the pullback, hoping that it does give me that gap fill on the next move, right? You could just take some arbitrary level like this. It doesn't really matter. And let's take this wick. That is the wick. Wow, that's clean. Yeah, I mean, this is in tough territory right here. It probably doesn't complete this whole thing. It probably comes back down. Although it is a strong coin at the moment, right? Maybe I'll keep an eye on this one. We will come back to it when we come back to it. Also, obviously, we can probably see 20 or so break defense setups on alts formed forming. Do you limit yourself on how many coins you trade at once? I find it hard to decipher the better setup. Yeah, the better setup is always the one that has more strength than the others, more volume, higher tick rate, cleaner, less obstacles from your entry to your target, so less supply in the way, more inefficient price action on the way down. You're closer to your invalidation. That's basically the basic principles that I'm looking for. And you'll hear me repeat this again and again and again, because this is the market that we're in for alts right now, especially alts that have nothing going for them. This is just mean reversion trades. And then for me on this one here, I wouldn't have had a trigger. Or maybe, let's see, maybe I could have gotten something on the 1 hour. Yeah, this would have been a tough one for me to get an entry on. Like even as I hindsight LARP on this one, for me, I probably wouldn't have taken this trade. Just because how illiquid this looks. Like when 1 hour candles look like 5 minute candles on like shit coins, and it comes to like the 1 hour, that's just showing you no one's trading this. No one, like there's nothing going on here. I think $7 is a very significant level though on the chart, isn't it? Yeah, makes sense. I think you're not going to get, this is just my, gut feeling, experience feeling. I don't think you're going to get the full gap fill here on ENS. I think this is going to disappoint. I think it's just going to get rejected here at $8, if that, and then come back down. If you really wanted to take this trade, it's going to be from here, right? Look for rounding, look for this to come back. And then, yeah, you'll probably get a good trade back into these highs and then potentially one leg higher. That's the trade I'd be looking for on ENS. We make coffee and grind deck screener, dude. I'm gonna be here all day. DeFi. Are you guys still getting value out of this stream? I'm down to chill here, or I could just shut it off and continue this on my own. Oh, this is, I know, this is just the Binance, like, I got it. Right, we had DGen Spartan saying that was the end of the DeFi bear market, 18 month, or did he say more? 3 year, 36 month? I forgot what he said. Bear market. So yeah, this is why DeFi is doing really well. Makers all the way at the bottom of the list, but yeah, you can see this definitely making another strong move up on DeFi. That's like what, 20% move on the DeFi asset class. You know what we should look at is sushi. Sushi's been dead forever. If DeFi is doing well, maybe there's an opportunity. We go risk on. Maybe there's an opportunity for sushi, but I've been disappointed by sushi a lot earlier this year. I was looking for good things on sushi in Q1 and was really disappointed. Got some good trades, but ultimately did not get the banger trade that I wanted. Dent. Nope. Never. Have you guys ever heard of this DGB? I don't think I've ever heard of this coin, even in passing. I don't know what this is. Never once have I heard this name. Jesus. It topped April 2021 and has been down only. It didn't even get the year end. Oh my god, it didn't even get the double bubble. Doge. Digibit. Oh, this is the one that has all of the memes on Discord when you're looking up memes and it's always like Digibit memes or Digibit gifs. Later, base god. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks, caffeinated. Dude, nail the timing. What timing? I already lost my train of thoughts. I don't know what you're talking about. Wild World thinking 190 likely the next lower high on high time frame. Wait, what? World thinking 190 likely the next lower high on HT. I think you mean high time frame. Time to revisit $1. Oh, did we hit one? Okay, you're saying that the top is in. We're coming back down to 1. Oh yeah, DGen Spartan definitely nailed the timeline, 100%. Yeah. Okay, so I did WorldCoin a few times already in the stream. We've done this a few times. This is 190. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think 150. I'm not looking for $1, right? I'm looking for 150. I'm looking for this. And I already detailed how I want to short this. I want to short into the leg. I'm not interested in top ticking. I'm interested in the best risk-defined setup. Right now, this is extremely strong support, right? 196. What I said is I want to see this reaccept into here, look for a move upwards, capitalize on a lower high in this, and then trade this down here. This is the move that I'm looking to capture. I'm not looking to trade any of this junk up here. But yeah, Wilder. Why do I keep calling it Wild, man? I can't get over that. WorldCoin is definitely one of the top on my list for this week to trade, as it was last week. Hey, Doc, do more of these. Dude, I'll do more, but I don't know if I could do 3 hours every weekend. But I'll do more of these for sure. Dogecoin. Is this Dogecoin? Oh, man. Nah. Dot. Jingo, you probably know. Does Dot have that unlock coming up this month? So something to be aware of. If Dot gets some relief because there's an unlock and it moves up into here, this is a coin you definitely want to swing short. Yeah, parachain unlock. Yeah, so if they do a kind of a bullish unlock scenario where they pump the coin into the unlock or even pump it after the unlock, you're definitely going to want to short Dot for a swing. So something to keep in mind. Let me just actually put it above this wick. If we get to here, boom, alert, done. Dusk, nah. DYDX, this is just chopping. I don't want to trade something like that. A lot of people have been trading this one. I don't want to trade that. Dude, look at the last time I charted this, end of last year. I even have different like settings for the I was probably still using black charts at this time. That's why it looks so strange. No, not E-Gold. ENJ. This had a wild move at the start of the month for seemingly no reason. If this was news-based, man, these are the things that you need to capitalize on. One thing I'm learning following Runner, I haven't followed Runner until recently, but apparently what he's been doing, his edge in the markets for the past month or year or something like that is the sell the news meta, and he's just hyper focused on catalysts, news events, conferences, unlocks. Like that's what he's looking for, and he's just looking for news-based moves upwards to short downwards, right? That's all he's done. Literally just found one thing that's working for him and doing that and literally dominating the market. Absolutely crushing it. Shout out to Runner. Not that he's watching this, but shout out to you anyways. Okay, we're back at ENS. Yeah, man, this looks clean. This looks clean, but like I said, there is an obstacle right here to overcome. I don't think you make it all the way, although you could. This looks cleaner on the daily. It looks so ugly on the 4 hour. Yeah, that's what I said, right? Like you probably make it a little bit higher into here. I think I had the same level marked out on the 4 hour. I don't even know what level I used. 818, yeah, something like that, like this. Yeah, this is gonna be tough to overcome, but yeah, if you do, that's the ultimate high side target right here. We'll watch this one, like I put on the watch list. EOS skip. ETC. Oh yeah, ETC is strong because Ethereum's strong right now. Definitely one to watch. So the alpha here is that APG and Hasaka love trading What is this? What is this shit on my chart? They love treating Ethereum Classic. So if this starts catching a bid, probably not one to fade. You're going to probably want to play the long side of it instead of trying to fade ETC, because I'm pretty convinced they just like own the supply on this coin. But yeah, this is a bread and butter setup that I used to take on ranges right here. Here's your supply. There's your point of breakdown. Here's a high. I've drawn the schematic for you guys a couple times in this stream. If you can take this high or deviate above this high, drop back inside, there's your short trigger. You're looking for a low time frame break in structure, a low time frame short trigger to take it back to mid range and back to the lows. So something to watch for. And I'm going to place an alert here. Because, you know, Ethereum, like I said, I'm bullish on Ethereum at least until 1730, right? And if this move on Ethereum to 1730 gets ETC to do this, this is a more important short for me than the Ethereum one. I think this has more value, you know, especially if we're calling top on Ethereum over there. At least first test, right? First test, rejection, correction. Maybe it moves upwards. We'll see when the time comes. But the Ethereum Classic would probably be a better short in that scenario. All right, catch up with chat. Doc, you traded on Hyperliquid? No, I have not. Bro, do you even eat something? I haven't eaten anything. I haven't had breakfast or lunch today. I've got to work out. Guys, I've gained 30 pounds in the last 18 months because I've dedicated everything to crypto and I've neglected my health, and I'm just now getting back in shape and losing weight and getting healthy again. So I've been kind of like intermittently fasting. I've been skipping breakfasts, eating a light lunch, and then eating a strong dinner. That's kind of what I've been doing for the past month. 30? Yeah, dude, 30. I'm 6'1", and depending on the muscle mass on my body, I'm usually like between 170 to 185. 185 when I'm completely jacked. The last time I've been completely jacked was 2020 before I started trading. I was like 185, 188, and then I lost a bunch of that muscle over the past 3 years. Got skinny and then started gaining fucking fat. So I'm not 200 yet, but I'm like getting up there, or like I was up there. I've already started losing weight. Yeah, dirty bulk season. Yeah, man, we're back in the weight room, dude. I was actually a fitness fanatic. Like you guys know, I used to play tennis. After that, I got into just working out, and I got into like some kind of CrossFit stuff. Not CrossFit like the cringe stuff or the pull-ups and stuff that you guys see, but meaning that I would do strength training and WODs, which are like timed workouts where you do a bunch of exercises in a circuit. So kind of like circuit training or high intensity interval training. And I would do a lot of stuff like that. And I was super into it. And I built a home gym. I built a garage gym. And man, it was like the palace. So the goal moving forward now, as I get back into trading this month, like this month was focused on a lot of health related things, getting sleep back in order, getting health back in order, getting diet back, getting the exercise routine back. But I might just start working in the gym, in the home gym. I might just take the laptop in there and sit in there and just work out while I work. Are we making, dude? I'm getting tired now. This is a lot of coins to cover. Let's go a little bit faster. FTM. Wow, man. Y'all remember when FTM got main charactered this year and then went down only, and everyone started shitting on Trader XO because Trader XO shorted the top of this and kept calling for new lows, and he was right and everyone else was wrong? Yeah, good times. Just awful. Just awful. GRT, GTC, HBAR. Oh, dude, I think I got distracted. Someone asked me about H-bar. I said that I wouldn't look into it, and I opened the chart, and then I didn't. I don't think I gave him anything on H-bar, but yeah, it doesn't look great. Dude, if you're still listening, my bad. My bad. I know you asked me about this like 2 hours ago, and I like opened the chart and I completely forgot to answer. No, this doesn't inspire any type of confidence for me that it's going to do anything spectacular. It's going to keep chopping around. As far as a trade, you asked specifically for a trade. My answer to this is there's better charts, better setups out there. This is not one of them. This is not the chart that you want to be trading. I'm still alive, bro. Did you chart Rune? Yeah, you're gonna have to scroll back. I'm not doing that again. Start scrolling, Toby. I did Rune in good detail, but like TLDR or TLDW, I'm not looking for trades on Rune, but I do think that it's coiling into a big breakout. I think more upside's coming. I don't think it's topped. I think there was chances for it to be topped the prior 2 times, but the fact that it's being resilient and keep testing a high time frame level where the liquidity hasn't been swept and it's coiling under liquidity probably means a big breakout is coming, especially since the markets are risk on and Rune has been strong throughout all the bearishness. That's the TLDW. Bro, I'm a key holder. What the fuck is this? I feel you, dude. But the thing is, like, I'm just trying to do this for myself. Like, I'm just trying to go down the list and I'm just hanging out with chat. Tomorrow will be like, ask me anything, more detailed alpha, not going to be doing, you know, I'm going to be giving more stuff away in the key holder chat than I did today. This is, yeah. Key holders will definitely get more value out of tomorrow's stream, and it'll be more condensed. It'll be more focused on what you guys want to hear versus me just doing my own thing. How is INJ going? So earlier in the stream, we got an INJ alert, and we're looking for this to hold confluent with this. So basically, all I want to see here is rounding. And then I think it goes back up again. Definitely want to see rounding here. Don't want it to come any lower than this. What is this? IOST. I saw this for some reason yesterday. Oh, someone in the clinic was like, oh, new cartel coin, huge open interest spike. IOST, not financial advice. I remember looking at this yesterday. Complete Burge right back. Yeah, no thanks. This is why I don't trade cartel coins. No idea which one's going to continue, which one's going to get a continuous bid, which one is strong, which one is just pump and dump. I have no idea. This is interesting structuring down here. Nope. TRB, sir. I've already done TRB, but the TLDW is I don't trade cartel coins. But I went into good detail of why. If you want to scroll back and try to find, just like scrub through the thing and try to find the TRB chart. I talked about it for quite some time. I know the streams are going on for a while, so that's not an easy task. But I don't want to do it again because I already covered it in good detail. LDO. I think I already put the alert on this one, but just to be sure. This is a high quality first test, best test short, in my opinion. Supply high, daily 200 EMA, daily 100 EMA, first test, best test, maybe takes liquidity, finally get the correction. And where I'd be looking to bid this is much lower. And this is just through some experience with LDO. When LDO moves, it moves unidirectionally extremely far and then pulls back extremely hard. Look at these moves. Like, look at any of these moves. Extreme rallies, extreme pullbacks, rallies, pullbacks, extreme rallies, extreme pullbacks. So expect strong pullbacks on LDO. Just having traded this so many times, like this is how this thing moves. This is the intricacy of LDO. So I wouldn't be surprised if here, right, especially because it's a weekend move, you get the high here, you put in I don't know what, maybe it's a wick, maybe it's distribution, but you're looking to absorb, you're looking for absorption here, you're looking for this to be a top, and then potentially short this all the way back down to like 163. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. I tweeted this out on Monday, maybe not Monday, but I tweeted this out down here Thursday, dude. It's only been 2 days. Oh my God. It's only been 2 days. I tweeted this out down here and I was like, look, ETH, BTC, and Ethereum have a good opportunity for upside, but what you really want to do is play LDO for the beta play. I obviously didn't take this trade. I didn't get into this at any point. I've made $0 on LDO, but it played out nonetheless. Just letting you guys know that I'm not going to take credit for something I didn't trade. But yeah, I did say that this was the play. And now that this has been accomplished, this was the target that I was looking for. I would expect this to come back down pretty hardcore. So do you have a list of cartel shitcoins? I don't, but someone in the clinic pointed out this alpha. What you can do is go to Trader Magus's YouTube, Magus. Go to his YouTube, look at his watch list, or like not watch list. It's just like a market outlook video, and on his screen, on his trading view, he has a list of cartel coins in his watch list right here on the right side. So if you want a list, that's how you do it. What EMA is it at right now? Daily 100. This is not like saying, oh, this has to reject here. It can go higher. It can go do this. But I would assume that this area right here is going to be where the top forms, a local top forms, before it pulls back pretty strongly to here. That's just my expectation at the moment. There's no trigger. I'm not talking about a trigger. I'm not talking about a setup. I'm just talking about a point of interest. But yeah, it could be as simple as just run this high, get back inside, and then just fucking bleed out. It can be that simple. Look at how LDO likes to top. It does like to top that way, of just like putting in kind of a blow off, right? 1 wick blow offs. Not here, but a lot of times it does do that. Look at the historical examples. Look at how LDO tops. It does put in a big, strong wicky tops. And this is a super inefficient move all the way up, super one-sided. So it can put in a top just like that here. Something to be aware of. We've done Link. We've done Link quite a bit. Don't fade the trend, TLDR. I did this at the top. We just skipped right straight through it. I even gave a setup for that. Ooh, this looks interesting. Lit looks interesting. Lit looks interesting. What I want from Lit here for a trade, this is the break defend, right? You break, I defend. Get above here, put in a strong candle, probably take out this high, right? Take out this high, come back down, and I'll defend here confluent with the trends, right? I'll defend this move, and at least it'll give me a bounce. I'm not calling for high side or whatever. What I always do in these things is I go, look, what's the target? The natural target is going to be all the way up here. That's the natural target. Will it get all the way up there? Maybe not. Maybe it gets halfway. Maybe it doesn't even give me a full move. Like maybe it just puts in a lower high, but at least I get to capture this move, right? That's all I get. That's all I look for, at the very least. Little wins. High quality setup here on Lit. We're going to do that, and we're going to do 1 alert here and 1 alert here. LPT. This was a cartel coin. Now starting to round out. I don't care about this one. LRC. Nope. This is a C plus gap fill setup. What time are you streaming tomorrow? I'm going to be at the Orioles game, but I'll watch the recording if you can do it. Same time, 5:30 p.m. UTC, which is 10:30 a.m. PST, 1:30 p.m. Wait, 10:30 a.m. Yeah, 10:30 a.m. PST, 1:30 p.m. EST. Oh, Litecoin. Litecoin, we had some fun this year, didn't we? Yeah, this is an extremely strong SR at 72. Definitely one that I'd rather play to the downside than the upside. I'm not interested in longing this up to 172, but if there is a bear market rally now and coins get moving, Litecoin is a coin that I would love to short up here, right? This would be one of the coins that I want to fade because it doesn't have anything going for it. The upside is only being carried by the market. In fact, it probably doesn't even make it all the way up there. It maybe just takes out this high. So we're going to put an alert up here. If and when that occurs, and actually, no, that's fine. Does this move? What's going on here? Come on. Sorry. Okay. 6% move. I think it's in the realm of possibilities for Litecoin to move up 6% in October. And if it does, we would want to swing short or short Litecoin between 70 and 73. Luna 2. This is hot topic. Look at this gap fill. This is where you guys can take out your pen and paper. This is what I look for. You coil underneath the EMAs, breakout, use local EMAs, use the local one that's carrying you, entry, target. Boom, done. Take a picture of this, do it on your own chart, put it in your journal. This is the trade. That's the recipe. That's picture perfect perfection trade right there. All right, we're making progress, man. We're at M now. Mana. Kind of similar here. Does Mana have the sauce, though? We're getting to Magic. Wait, where's Magic? It's not on this list. What? Why isn't Magic on this list? Old list, I suppose. All right. Magic is a coin that I took a long off of a few days ago down here, and I'm still holding this position because to me, if this continues to round out, there could be another pump into 57 and higher. And I'm more interested in the Magic move than I am interested in the Mana one. So this is coming down to which coin do I want to choose. I don't need to take the same play multiple times. I'd rather just take it one time on one coin. No guarantee that it plays out, obviously. This is just the one that I've picked. So we don't want the Mana one. Mask. That's a news-based coin. This is another coin that I don't trade. This is a news-based coin. Moves on tweets, not on price action. Doesn't respect my system very well. Matic. Matic is another coin that I'd rather short. Like, this is too much of a move. %. Anyone know anything about Matic fundamentals or catalysts or anything? Are they doing their new chart? Because if they're doing their new chart, this shit's gonna go up only. Later, Abdul. Thanks for hanging around. All right. Are we over 3 hours? Where are we? We're at 3:30. Should we call it here, guys? This is long enough. It's 2 o'clock. I'm gonna get some food and I'll come back and do the rest of these. We did a good dent. We had fun. But yeah, let's call the stream there, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. There's still 17 of you that somehow survived. I think we've averaged over 20 for a long time, so I'm pretty surprised there's still so many of you here. 17 may seem like a small number, but still it's pretty cool knowing that 17 of you will come hang out with me and, you know, watch charts and shit. But thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you guys want to do me a favor, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the YouTube. Hit a like on this video, do the things. That's really all I ask, man. Thank you. Have a good day. We'll do this maybe next weekend again. All right. Take care, boys.